something or some things that you were completely forbidden to touch?
Yes.
What couldn't you touch?
We as kids were never allowed to touch the milk. If you were caught drinking milk, you were in the biggest trouble. It was my mom and aunt's coffee. They used it for cereal. And then, I don't know if you guys remember this dessert called bonbons. Do you remember them? They were like these little frozen ice cream nuggets.
Yeah, they had like chocolate on the outside and like ice cream on the middle and cake.
My mom and Ann went through a big bonbon run, and you were not allowed to touch those. If you were caught with a bonbon, you were in serious trouble.
Serious?
Big time.
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hello, everybody. Where's Kevin?
Should be walking down.
I was hoping you didn't answer Virginia and just kind of let her hang. That's the worst if someone messes with you on the air and Kevin's not here and then they just don't answer you back, so it's just you alone.
Yeah, he should be walking down. I'm
Here he
still
comes.
messing with the computer on this end.
Yeah, the computer's not working already. Yeah.
Again, really?
Denny's has been trying to record my commercials for hours, and like the only mic that'll record is Kevin's.
Coach, your show's falling apart again.
Again?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of blinking lights and weird looking stuff over here.
The computers just don't want to cooperate.
Wow.
Are we even on right now? Hello, are we on?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Come here, you got one long random hair coming out of your beard.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it's a blonde hair. That's interesting.
Blonde hair?
Yeah, look at that.
This guy get a blonde hair. He doesn't have blonde hair.
Let's see, that's weird.
I swear to you on everything that it's either from a wig or whatever. It doesn't matter. Let her say whatever she wants. I know my truth. I'm not hooking up with anybody.
Nothing but brunettes in here.
That's
Okay.
smart of you.
That is a blonde hair stuck in your beard,
Yeah,
and it looks to be about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 inches long.
So I took out my pizza jacket.
Okay.
And my pizza jacket is on a bunch of wigs. So
That's not a wig hair.
that's
I
a wig
know
hair.
wig hair.
Oh, get out of here.
Wig hair is fake. That's a real hair.
I'll show you wig hair.
I am not shacking up with anybody these
Who's
days.
at your house?
I swear to you on everything.
What's her name?
I'll say it one last time. Kevin, nobody was at my house, and that's the bottom line.
Who's the blondie?
I'm not dating anybody.
Virginia didn't get her fill yesterday because we didn't get to find out which one was your ex-girlfriend. The show blew up
I can't. I
right
can't.
before we got that answer. So she's really jonesing today to find out about your love life.
Yeah, we'll find out with the girls on the bit, but I swear to you, there ain't no hanky panky going on currently in Bird's life. I would tell you the truth.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will get to that. Yeah, if you're listening to the show yesterday, right about probably 7:25, we were trying to figure out which of these three girls we had on the phone, which was Jay Bird's ex-girlfriend, for real. And we were getting to the point, we got the questions, everything was good. I had made my guess as to which one I thought it was, and then boom! I don't know what it was, like a loud pop, and then everything went dead, and all the radio stations here on the floor, 7 of them, all went dead. And apparently something blew in our control board, and the surge protector is supposed to keep it from trashing other stations didn't work. That failed and took everybody off the air, and it's our fault, of course. And yeah, we still are like not 100%. We're still illing. So we're going to try to make it today. I don't know what's going down.
Suits was saying something kind of interesting to me, and I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. Remember the day before yesterday? Or sometime last week, too?
Yeah.
Like, it kept surging.
Right.
Like, all the power went out, and then it came right back on.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, that's weird.
It's kind of like when you're chilling at home and the microwave goes dead and you can hear the air kick off and then it comes right back on. You're like, okay, that was weird. Yeah, I did that.
It kind of warns you bad things are coming.
Oh, we didn't listen.
People keep on thinking that I paid Denny's to pull the plug for the radio station.
It was odd how the
because it was-
timing went on that. Yeah, I mean, it was just it was the one time we were really doing a big reveal, like, you know, and I think everybody thought we were messing with them because it was like, okay, we did this big build up. Which one is Jay Bird's egg? And that was it. People were like, oh man, what are you guys doing?
I believe we got all three back on the line today.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll give a quick recap about 7:20, and then we'll make our guess and find out for real which one is Jay Bird's ex-girlfriend. A fun game that just had no payoff yesterday. We got that today for you coming up. So if we can keep this thing afloat and on the air and not blowing up, then we got a full show for you.
Do we know if any of these girls have blonde hair?
We don't know yet. That might be a question when we get him back on, Virginia. You can ask.
Because I can see, I mean, follow me. He's
Yeah.
talking to her on the radio.
Yeah.
She's helping out with a little bit.
Yeah.
They start talking a little bit off air, like, oh, how you been?
Probably
Oh,
should come over
how
tonight so
you
we can talk a little
been?
bit more about
Yeah.
that bit for
Oh,
tomorrow.
You know what? I miss you. I miss you too. Why don't we do something? I'll get a pizza.
Didn't we have good times together?
We could come over.
They weren't that bad, were they?
We can make out a little bit.
Why did we break up again?
I'll get one of your blonde hair stuck in my beard. It'll be
Don't
great.
you have a pool to not go get?
I got a lot of free time now. Yeah.
You do.
Pool's not happening.
Schedule's
so
freed up.
focus back on you.
I'm supposed to have that one date with one of our listeners at Chuck E. Cheese. When's that supposed to go down?
I reached out to her, so I have all her info. I sent her an email yesterday.
She seems cool.
I don't know. I haven't heard back.
Oh, okay.
She has a 305 number, so she might be in Miami.
Okay.
I've stalked her a little bit on Facebook.
You know what she looks like?
I do. I like to see who we're going on dates with, and by we I mean you and me.
I
'cause
think-
I'm inviting myself on your date.
I think we all are going on a double date for that one.
it'll be fun.
Okay. Well, Virginia's got a lot of ample time on her hands. And
A lot of energy.
Jay Bird, your love life is all she's concerned about.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy. Let's fire some off with the dirt.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day.
Okay, let's try this.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, coming up in a second, they have announced the new Bachelor, but we kind of already knew who he was because we saw them filming his promo reel at LAX, so it's not really a surprise to us, but I guess we'll play your game, Chris Harrison, and play the audio coming up in a second. Before we get into that, I love the concept of fat transfer, but I don't know if I love it on Roseanne Barr. Here she is talking about it. She did it, and yeah, so here's a little bit of her talking about her experience and how it all went down.
Okay.
Roseanne Barr, fat transfer.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
No.
Should be in there. Denny's?
He's a little busy. Yeah.
You know what? I'm blaming this on the equipment, even though it's not the equipment's fault.
Do not see that one.
Huh.
Maybe I'm not reading right, but
All right, we'll do that one next
Did you see
dirt.
Roseanne in there?
I definitely
Am I missing
sent
it?
I sent it.
It's all right. Just talk amongst yourselves. We'll get it here in about 5 minutes.
Chrissy Teigen accidentally posted her email address on social media, which led to a bunch of fans FaceTime calling her on her computer, hoping that she would pick up. It rang and rang and rang, and one person actually got her to answer the call. I guess she and her mom were there cooking dinner, and she answered the FaceTime call for the fan. They were cool, she was cool, but she did disable it after that.
Okay.
Are you drinking in the middle of your Dirt of the Day?
I am, because my throat is about to give out.
This is a sloppy dirt. Oh, man.
Oh,
This is
boy.
a mess. I was hoping to have the audio so I could drink during the audio.
This is part of our worst of, not our best of.
My voice
People are
is
wishing
going
the
to
station
go.
would blow up again.
I thought it did blow up again. There was like 6 seconds of dead air.
My voice is barely hanging on.
Oh, geez.
I need the water breaks that the audio provides.
Well,
Said it yesterday. I'll do the dirt if need be.
go for it, Coach.
Do you have the Bachelor audio of Chris Harrison?
I'm afraid we do, but I'm afraid to ask.
Let me see here. No.
Yes, of course we do.
Do we? Ringo, Rod Stewart, Sinead, Wendy Williams.
This is a
I don't
disaster.
know. Maybe I don't see it. Am I missing it?
I don't think is it not in today?
What the heck?
Is the viral not in?
I don't know. I don't see any of it.
In other news, Alex Trebek had to be rushed back for an unexpected round of chemotherapy. I guess his battle with pancreatic cancer has taken a little turn. They announced on Tuesday that they thought he was finished with chemo, but that was a bit premature and too optimistic. They will go back on another round of chemo, and he's keeping a positive outlook. So prayers for Alex Trebek. And that's what's going on in your broke down dirt of the day.
You know what's more entertaining? This is listening to Jaybird in there yelling at Denny's.
No, we're not yelling. I'm just Italian.
Oh, okay.
Because of our computer issues, Denny's believes that all audio that was submitted today has been erased because I believe there's a reset going on.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I'm looking at my email. The audio did get here today.
All right. Well, it's not going to be a pretty show. We'll go with that. Not going to be a well-functioning, just slick kind of sounding show today.
Why start that today anyway?
Yeah, we're going to just kind of remove that. Not that it's ever slick, but yeah, you're right.
Look,
today is going to be even bumpier than normal.
We got through the Great 48. We can get through this.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's going to sound like at least we had an excuse then. I don't know about this one. Okay. Well, we'll see what we get here. At least we're on. YouTube is working. I believe that's up and going. Okay. Yeah, you can watch Kvj Tv if you jump onto YouTube, look for the KVJ show. That is on, and that's working.
It does kind of make your eyes look a little bit more beady today for some reason.
Okay, well, then maybe that's just my eyes. It's probably the equipment's working well. The eyes are just even more.
I like how people are like, Kevin's slowly boiling inside.
I'm all right. You can control what you can control.
You are right.
That's it. I'm at a point in my life, I get it. Hey, when you can't do anything about it, well, I get upset. There's nothing I can do about this.
The days of chair throwing, Kev, may be gone.
And that was only such a rare thing anyway. I've seen you throw only like 11 chairs.
Once, yeah.
It's a young man's game, though.
It is. I don't have enough fight left in me. I'm already broken.
Gets to a point where there's no more fight.
Past the point of caring. Yes, that's where I am.
Want to find the KVJ Show on social media? Just search KVJ Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Simple, huh?
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jaybird?
I was telling you guys last week about that cold case here in South Florida about the gentleman who went missing, and they didn't know where he was at, and they found him because of Google Earth. He had been missing for, I believe, since 1994. A Wellington gentleman, and somebody that used to live at the house where he was missing, or at least I'm sorry, not where he was missing. They were looking at a house on Google Map, and they said, "Hey, look at that picture right there. Doesn't it look like there's a car?" And do you see with that picture right there, Kev?
Yeah.
You can see the little car right there. Well, they ended up discovering that it was the car of the missing gentleman from so long ago, and that's just crazy when you think about technology coming back and finishing the story for people, the closure they get now, not knowing for so many years what happened to him, and just looking on Google Maps like that solve the case. I thought that was fascinating. And there's a show on, I believe, the Investigation channel, where it shows you how technology solves all of these cold cases, where either the murderer doesn't realize that they're buying something from a Walmart that they bought 2 nights before the murder, but the technology ties everything in. It's just kind of crazy how, I'm always bashing technology, but technology can do some great things like solve these cold cases.
The DNA stuff is getting guys right and left.
DNA and the technology.
We're going to talk a little bit later in the show. They got a serial killer here in Palm Beach County.
Yeah,
yes.
I saw that from the DNA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So one of his family members got that ancestry thing done, and that's how they popped him.
But your loved one's gone for 20 years. You think you're never going to see him again, and then boom, a Google Map thing happens.
Yeah, this isn't the first time. The canals have been graves to a lot of different cars. And I was looking at this article and all the times this has happened. There's many different cases. There was one, a Mazda was pulled out of a canal at the intersection of Pines Boulevard and US 27 in December of 99. They discovered the car belonged to a guy who had been missing for 18 months.
Wow.
And they found him, and there's like 6 different cases. There's a father who got into an argument with his family in the spring of 2014 and took off. The car never to be seen again. And then, they find the car like 9 years later in a canal.
Wow.
You just lose control if something happens.
Yeah.
I know the case that I'm talking about. It was late at night. There's surveillance of this gentleman leaving a bar, and everything appeared to be fine. And then he had called his girlfriend and then just disappeared.
Yeah, they say 36 years ago, there were some teenagers that went to a concert, and they didn't find him again until they looked in a canal in Sunrise in 2015. They were gone that long. As a 1969 Dodge Corona.
Wow.
They had driven off in to go to the concert, and they never were seen from again. And wound up in this canal. Yeah, so that's happened many times here in South Florida.
It's crazy how technology can talk from beyond the grave.
Yeah. What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, Magnolia was yelling at me in the car the other day.
Oh, she was.
I wanted to ask you guys if this is silly or if she's right. She called me, and I quote, a ghetto mom, because I carry now like this water bottle. And if we're out and about and I need to get more water because I drank my water, I'll run into a place like we ran into Panera. I ran into Panera. She was buying something. I wasn't buying anything. So I just went up to the little water thing and filled it with water and walked out. And
Why,
she's
where you
like,
get your normal beverages?
yes.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a juice. I didn't get anything like that. I just got water, and then I walked out, and she's like, Mom, I'm so embarrassed. You can't do that. You can't just walk in there and use their water. You have to buy something. I'm like, no, you don't.
Although I don't agree with Mags calling you that name, I do agree with it's embarrassing. You got to buy something. Don't go up there with your big ass jug getting water. They don't know that you're getting water. First of all, they think you're getting lemonade, and I don't blame them because their lemonade's fantastic at Panera. But no, you don't bring up your big jug. That thing's huge, by the way.
It's massive.
Yeah, I stand with Mags on that.
Well, and also, you may have a paying customer that's behind you waiting to get a drink they paid for, and here's free mama filling up this giant jug of water, and you're like going, okay, can I get
what am I supposed to do? I thought we're not supposed to buy bottled water anymore. I'm supposed to be refilling this thing. Why can't I refill it there where it says water?
Buy a cookie and then refill your water. Oh, that wouldn't. If you owned your own sub place or sandwich place, and some dude walked in there, didn't buy a thing, and had the biggest jug getting free water, you would come in here losing your mind. Okay, quack, 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 men are awful. Quack, quack.
Yeah, it feels like you, I guess, probably should buy something would be my guess.
I don't know.
I don't know that, but people are going to be doing that kind of stuff. But I can see if you got a teenage daughter, her, oh my, so
she's
embarrassing.
mortified.
Yeah.
If you're going in there to take their water, you better be buying at least something. A bag of chips. Just don't go in there and grab their water from their little system area. That's sacred.
Mags was buying something.
Okay, well, you didn't say that.
Yeah, she was in there buying
that's
something.
what I thought. Yeah, if you do that, then I think it's okay.
I wasn't, but we
Okay.
were together, and she's
Right.
yelling at me. I'm like, no.
It's your money, or maybe it's hers. Yeah, she may have earned it.
She was mine.
I'm still standing with Mags. Virginia's wrong. That thing's massive.
Yeah.
It is a jug.
And this is true. Somebody texted in and said, Virginia, she's a teenager. Your very existence is embarrassing. And it's so true. I knew, I've had teenagers before, and I'm going to have one again soon. I just know when they get to that weird window in that age, just be a ghost, a phantom, just off to the side and just try not to. Unless some parents get off on embarrassing their kids.
That would be me.
And they go the extra way, that dad that dresses up in the goofy costumes to pick his kids up from the bus stop every single day.
But that dad's extra.
I dressed as the Easter Bunny to pick her up from the bus stop last year.
Yeah, you're extra.
She was mortified.
Somebody texted in too, just a note for everybody, water isn't free. Just because they don't charge for it doesn't mean they don't pay for it. Gotta buy something.
I mean, you probably cost them 9 sandwiches with that jug. I think, shoot. I don't think I've drank that much water in the entire year.
And it's a good point. Somebody said, we need more of those water bottle filling stations.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, it would be nice. In fact, you want to talk about things that they're doing to kind of like make some of these shopping areas a little better, and how do we get people out? And that would be one of those things. I would say to a Rosemary Square that is completely pretty much under total construction right now.
Total construction.
Yeah, if you want to have those better living spaces where people are coming out and making them more functional, I think that would be a great thing to add to that. Is somebody say, oh yeah, I can take my water jug out, refill my water. It's right there. It's nice and easy. I can walk around, don't have to spend any money because I'm a cheap mom. Can embarrass my teenage daughter many different ways here.
Mama's bringing her jugs out. How's we going to get filled? Someone help me fill them.
Okay. All right, there you go. Just a thought for Rosemary Square. I saw something yesterday. I was reading an article, and this could be the future of concerts. Do you like it or not? What they did was, this was a pop show, and it was some kind of like, trendy, fashionable, whatever. And it's a younger artist, and this is where it makes sense right now. But they say that concert stages are going away from the horizontal spread to a vertical spread. And this concert featured like a DJ on the bottom level, the artist and her dancers on the middle level, and then on the third level, the band and instrumentation that was up there. It was a 3-level stage. That's how they did it. And you might say, I don't get it. Why are you doing this? Well, they found everything in life doesn't happen if you're younger unless it is on your social media accounts. It just did not happen. It's just, no, I didn't really go to that concert. So to prove that, you've got to take a photo, of course. And on Instagram, they're finding that people like the vertical photos more than the horizontal because it plays better on an Instagram or a social media screen. So now they're designing concert stages to go with what people want. If you want a great shot of the concert you went to, you don't want to take a horizontal photo of the stage. You want a vertical stage. So now they are doing different tiered stages, so it'll be compressed and tight, just kind of like you're looking at an Instagram screen.
It's a flavor of the month kind of concept. It won't last. I see what you're saying. I see what
Yeah.
they're doing. It's not going to last.
I was wondering, I'm like, could this be a new wave? Could this be the future because of the way social media is? Will it change the way that we see concerts?
I like the ones that have like the catwalk that goes out into the stage, or like what Kanye does, how he has
Yeah.
this floating like stage that like hovers above the people and moves.
Yeah,
That's
to me,
cool.
I like seeing an immersive stage where the artist can be out in the crowd. I've seen that where an artist, they'll do a pop-up stage in the middle of the back, where people are like, oh, I'm never going to be able to see them. And then they, boom, pop up, and here they are performing for the cheap seats. So I like that concept.
That is cool.
And I mean, this still might play and, trying to capture it on social media, doing the pop-up stage, but it'll be interesting to see if this is just a one-off thing that somebody's like, let's see if this catches on, or could this possibly be the future? Now, the Rolling Stones are never going to go to that kind of stage.
You don't need Mick falling off that middle level.
Oh, my goodness. No, you couldn't see those guys doing that. They're going to stick with that.
You better make sure this thing has a railing.
Yeah.
Because how many people fall off the front of a regular stage? A lot.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody falls off the second level, that could be tragedy.
If Keith Richards fell off, he'd be okay. I feel like you ain't gonna take him out. Keith Richards is unstoppable. He's invincible.
He's on so many drugs still, he might not feel it. I don't know.
Is he still on drugs? Or
I
or is
don't
he
know.
cleaned up?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know it looks like the drugs have taken their toll.
Well,
They definitely left a mark or two. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, talking about trying to relate to your kids. We know that taking big water jugs into Panera is going to be embarrassing for them.
And we don't care.
One of the biggest challenges I have is every single day when I pick up my son, he's 11 and he's at that age. It is, maybe it's always been difficult, but it seems like it's harder than ever to try to get any kind of conversation out of your kids. It's almost like you have to trick them into a conversation. So what do you do? If you want to get a conversation going with your kid, what questions do you or should you ask? Because I was trying yesterday just to get anything going, and he was just like, great. And so I was tricking him and asking questions. I knew his only response was going to be great. I'm like going, hey, how about we ground you for 5 weeks? He said, great. I'm like, cool, done. So, just trying to have a conversation with your kid. What do you ask to get a good conversation out of them? You can give us your thoughts. Maybe you got a secret to this because I can't figure it out.
What's hot now on the KVJ Show?
Well, if you want to check out the KVJ show, you can. KVJ TV is up and cranking right now. We're on YouTube, and we also offer up the KVJ show on podcast every single day, meaning you can listen to whatever you want, whenever you want. It is all up to you. If you've got yourself an iPhone, they've got a purple app that says podcast on it. Just go on there and look for the KVJ show. We will be there. Also on different other apps, like you can go to the Podcast One app that is out there. Download that, find it. It's absolutely free. No commercials, no music. Listen when you want. It is the KVJ show and the bonus after the show podcast every single day.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, talking about how you exist with a kid, trying to have conversations with them, what is embarrassing to them. A lot of people are defending you on this filling up your water bottle Panera thing, Virginia.
Good.
Yes.
Cheap moms, we got to unite.
Yeah.
Stick together.
I stick by you only because the fact that Mags bought something, you made it sound like they just walked in and you just got water.
No, Mags went to go order, and I just went to go get water, and then I walked out, and then she was like, when she got back in the car, Mom, I cannot believe you did that.
Yes. Well, you
You
know,
have ruined my life.
somebody said, and they were right, just your existence, Virginia, is going to be embarrassing to her while she was a teenager.
Well, buckle up, because I got a bunch of costumes. I mean, I can really kick this embarrassment level up.
Well, there's one thing that a bunch of dads did at Grand Haven volleyball team. These dads got together, and apparently they were sick of their daughters being so embarrassed by them, so they got out their daughters' volleyball uniforms and they recreated their own team photo with the schedule, and they've posted that out. And of course, they're very form-fitting, these uniforms.
That's amazing.
Yes, none of these dads are very fit. So they've,
I love it.
They've done that to mortify their daughters. So that's what you do. There's something that's kind of going viral out there today, and it's questions you can ask your kid to get a conversation going. A lot of teachers are saying this because they think parents today, I have a feeling this is a growing problem. Just kind of the way we get absorbed in our technology, and we don't talk as much to parents as we used to.
I mean, I think just people in general don't. People
Yeah.
go out to dinner and they're all on their phones. It's really kind of sad.
And if you've had kids, it is a struggle, and you're sitting there trying to ask questions, and you get one-word answers, and you're not getting any kind of response, and you're like, okay, it feels like a game and a trick just to get them to talk. So there were 5 suggestions, and this is going kind of viral because I know a lot of parents here locally have gotten this from their teachers. The 5 things they say you can ask to try to get a conversation out of your kids. What made you smile today? Who did you sit with at lunch? If you could change one thing about today, what would it be? What's the hardest rule to follow today? And tell me something that you know today that you did not know yesterday. Now, I can tell you for me, it would be tough to get a response for probably about everything except for who did you sit with at lunch? And that's where it becomes so frustrating as a parent, where you think you're asking good questions and you're trying to be a good parent. You're like going, it's the kid. It's not me. At this point, it's not me as a bad parent. It's this kid. This child is broken. I can't get a conversation out. There's nothing I can say. And I think you become frustrated. Then you just shut down as a parent, and then there's no conversation happening with your kids. I feel that all the time. I'm just like, I don't even know what to ask.
Can you put your kid on restriction for not answering you back? If you don't answer me back, you're going on restriction.
You kind of want to, but then you become
forcing a conversation.
But that's the tough thing. Then the kid doesn't want to talk to you, and you get this, resentment that's going on between you and the child. And so you try to stay light and airy with it. And okay, I'm going to keep this fun and not get frustrated. That's the tough thing about being a parent, is not letting your emotions get the best of you.
If you said to Cannon, "Hey, so Cannon, tell me about what kind of drama went down today," would he bite on that, or would he be like, "Dad, I'm not telling you my drama"?
No, it's not even that. It's just, no, nothing happened. I'd be like, there was nothing crazy, and I'll even kind of like try to pull. I'm like, there wasn't a food fight. You didn't see a kid picking their nose, and you might get a laugh out of them, but you won't get a story. And so you're over here. I'm like, I'm dancing for my supper.
It's tough.
What if you're like, "Hey, Cannon, so any crushes this year?" Would he open up about that, or would he keep that within?
Oh, you definitely keep that. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, because he probably doesn't want anyone to know in the family.
Yeah. Somebody texted in, this is kind of the area that I go with a lot of times. My daughter's younger, 3rd grade, but I ask her, what is the coolest thing that happened at school today? And she'll perk up and usually have a fun story to tell. So I try that, and that was kind of my approach for a while, and I feel like that one's getting tired. I'm not getting as much out of that one. So I need a new trick question here, Virginia. Try to get a conversation going with the kid.
You can always go with comedy too, and
Yeah.
ask them if anybody did anybody at your school. Have you ever heard of anybody like being a secret farter? And that makes them giggle.
I feel like fart conversations for most kids, it'd probably be a good doorway.
Done a lot
it
of that.
breaks
yeah.
the ice.
Done a lot of nose picking, burping, and farting. I go with that a
But
lot.
the older you get, though, like Cannon, what grade's he in now?
He's in 5th grade.
Yeah, kids aren't farting, like they would be in kindergarten. They start to control it a bit.
You get butt control in the 5th grade.
They care a little bit more.
They
yeah.
do, yeah.
It goes from being funny to embarrassing. That age. Yeah, I kind of feel bad because really the best thing, and maybe it's just knowing your kid too, but the best thing that works with him is talking sports. So it's like, that's always my fallback. I just go right into, hey, did you see what happened with the game last night? And then a conversation starts. So that's kind of it. So maybe it's knowing your kid and knowing their hot button.
If it ain't broke, baby.
That's right, baby. That's what we do. So anyway, any other suggestions you have that works for you with other parents? I say stick with your strength zone. Find out what the kid is passionate about at the time. It's Fortnite, so knowing a little bit about Fortnite and knowing a little bit about football, at least for me, is kind of what
He still loves
works.
Fortnite, huh?
Yeah, I mean, not as much. I think it's since summertime, one, he doesn't have as much time to play it. And then apparently they made some kind of change to the game that he didn't like. And I think kind of, I don't know what it was. Maybe if you're a Fortnite parent, you know more of this, but something had happened. That,
He's a purist.
yeah, they made some kind of adjustment to the game that I don't think he liked, and it kind of killed his desire a little bit on it.
Is he still into that baseball game? Because they made a new one, and I haven't gotten it yet, and I'm wondering if I should get it because it's expensive, but I would go
Yeah.
on Kennon's recommendation. Does he have that?
I'm not sure which ones he has. I'm very confused because they all have different names. You got the show, and you got something 2K, and you got...
I know. It's whatever happened just to Donkey Kong. You just got one.
I know, right?
A, B, and a directional
Can't
pad.
keep track of what is what. So that's it. Somebody texted in and said, I never ask how was school today. Never ask a how question. Who, what, when, where are much better as you can't say good as a response.
Is that an English teacher that just texted that in?
I don't know. They did not add that information. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. It
Who,
really
what,
is.
when, where. You get more specifics.
Right.
Okay.
There you go. That might be the thing. Yeah, somebody said, yeah, Kevin, they did change Fortnite. They put some kind of bullseye in there or something like that. So
Oh, they put a bullseye in there?
kids don't like it. Kids don't like it. Well, we take your suggestions, what you'd like to see us do on KVJ TV. You can go to YouTube and dial up the KVJ show and watch, see what is going on in here. Something that'll add a little bit of audio as well, but they wanted to see us play a round of Name That Tune. Virginia using shoes on Jaybird's head. See if I can determine what the song is.
You got a song in your heart, Virginia?
I have a few. I'm just trying to think of one that'll be like kind of more on the easy side.
Yeah.
This is a tricky game.
I agree.
So the song has to be strong and distinguishable.
It's got to have the percussion's got to be unique
You
to it.
probably got to hit me hard, unfortunately, to get the sound. I mean, probably. Your sandals will not work. Your shoes, you're going to have to use my own sandals.
Ugh, I gotta touch your flip flops.
You do. And Chewy has been licking them all week long.
Oh, he has.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
These things have been worn hard.
And they're not that old. They're only like a month old.
Denny's, I know you're swarmed in there. Won't you come in here, though? You can take me on in this. Virginia will play the tunes, and then we'll try to figure out exactly what it is and see if we can figure it out. Now, Virginia's challenge will be you've got 30 seconds for us to try to figure out exactly what the song is.
Oh, she's struggling. She's going through her iTunes right now.
Yeah, I am. I'm looking for good songs that stand out.
We are off the air at 10, though, just to kind of give you a heads
That's why I
up.
put a 30-second timer on each one. Yeah. I will try a couple songs, see if we can get this here. I think basically somebody just wanted to see Jaybird get hit in the head with shoes.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't
We're going to
overthink-
accomplish that goal, yeah.
Don't overthink it, Mom.
Yeah, worry more about hitting him in the head than playing the game.
I mean, there's like 3 songs off the top of my head.
Okay. Virginia has Jaybird sandals in her hands. Okay.
You got to go hard, though.
Okay.
All right, Denny's,
Man,
you don't
you're-
have to buzz in with your name. You can just throw out your guesses here. We got 30 seconds. See if Virginia can play a song that we can identify on Jaybird's head with sandals in that amount of time. Okay, here we go. I'll start the clock when you start beating, Virginia.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
We Will Rock You, Queen.
Good job.
That is good, Denny's.
Denny's.
Nice job.
All right, that was the easy one. Now that's out of the
I
way.
figured that was a go-to.
Go harder. Make it count.
All right.
You gotta go hard.
Okay.
Oh, that is In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins.
I knew it.
That's better. That's better.
Good. That was good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of famous drum parts.
Go harder
Okay,
than that.
yeah.
Go harder.
That's good. You got one more here. This will be a tiebreaker between myself and Denny's. We each have one. Playing songs off Jaybird's head with his sandals.
Go hard.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is that Houston? Jump on it.
Is it the conga?
It's Despacito.
Despacito. Okay, that's going to be almost impossible. Yeah, Despacito.
The first two I felt good about. I was
That
That
was
was-
good ones there.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. There's your wish. If you got something you want to see us do, you can send us an email. Mail at kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach. Here's what's coming up on the Dirt of the Day. Dirt of the Day.
Well, apparently today is going to be a big day in court for Britney Spears and her family. The people that know what's going on behind the scenes have said only one word: fireworks. So, yeah, I'll share with you some of the behind the scenes details about what's going to happen today in court coming up in your dirt.
Entertainment updates 5 minutes after every hour from the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Well, a lot of people are asking what is the update with Rocco and his school, Virginia, yesterday before we got blown off the show with our surge. You were talking a little bit about you and Panda have been called to a meeting at your 4-year-old son's school.
They want to do a parent conference, and so it's set up for today at 4.
Now I know you had at one point you were texting to see kind of what was going on, and you're getting ghosted. You weren't getting any answers. Did you ever get an answer back?
I did get an answer back, and it was totally like, yeah, we'll set up the parent-teacher conference, and I guess the teacher was teaching, wasn't able to text me.
I think I know why Virginia's in trouble.
Okay, and you think she is actually in trouble?
Definitely, and I think it's not what Rocco did. I think it's what Virginia did, not Panda, although Panda is going to be blamed for it as well.
That's what Panda said yesterday. Panda's like, I think it's something you did to me. And he's like, why do I have to go to this meeting?
Because I listened back to the audio, and Virginia did too, back to Monday's audio, and nothing was said. I mean, she complimented the school.
I love the school.
She really you know,
Yeah.
took ownership of Rocco's behavior. But there was one thing that happened, I think, that's definitely going to make someone mad. She read back someone's text messages. The headmaster,
Yeah.
whoever texted you, they sent you that in privacy, and then you read them verbatim on the air, not meaning to be a jerk. Sometimes you can be a jerk accidentally, and I think that's why she's probably angry. She didn't want that out for the public, Kev.
Okay.
That's
so
my
That's
guess.
what you think it is.
The more I
Okay.
thought about it,
Yeah, you could be right. I was trying to think of all the things it could be, and
because you left the school on Monday, the teacher, everyone was cool. 'Cause
Everybody was cool.
Rocco was behaving great.
He had a
and
good
then
day.
Something turned Monday night, it seemed like, or even Tuesday morning.
right, before Rocco got to school.
So it was something y'all did.
I agree.
That does seem to make sense. And a lot of people are talking about there's a story that's out today. You said it's one of the people that's on Andy Cohen's show a lot. He's on Sirius XM, and he had gone on Sirius XM and blasted his 3-year-old daughter's Montessori preschool, and they gave her the boot because
Yeah,
of it.
Jeff Lewis, who, if you watch home improvement shows, he's been doing this show Flipping Out for years, and he's real sassy. And him and his man, they had a daughter who is now 2. And I guess he was mean, though. The things that he said about the preschool was like that they weren't doing a good job, and he came after them.
So this isn't the same. The only correlation here is that you had a media platform. and
Yes.
things were said, but your approach is much different than his approach.
I love the school, and I have nothing bad to say about the school because they are awesome.
But think about it. If you had a private conversation with somebody via text and you thought it was just between you and that person, then all of a sudden you are listening or you're hearing about how it's being read publicly on the air. You might feel a little weird about that, and that could be the issue.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that to come down. I'm just letting you know so you're prepared of what's to come today.
Well, the good news is if that's not what she's mad about, now she has two things to be mad about.
Well, you know, if she's listening, that means we have another listener, and that's a good thing.
And people want to know who was Jason's ex-girlfriend. If you're listening yesterday, we had this great build-up. We got to talk to 3 different ladies, and we're trying to guess which one was the ex. And then kaboom, the radio station blew up. I'm not even kidding you. It blew up. Boom, just gone. We were done the rest of the day.
It blew up so bad, we blew up our own station, and then we took out every other
6
station.
others, yeah.
6 other stations.
Yeah, but it came from in here.
That's a solid performance.
Yeah.
There was talks about us going over to my house and possibly doing the after the show podcast
Yeah.
if it didn't get fixed.
Yeah. Might have had to, and it's still not back to normal today. I mean, we're just we're enough where we can be on the radio, and that's about it. Like, nothing else is really working well.
If one of us sneezes, the whole station goes off the air.
Gone. So we're hoping at about the same time, probably in about 15 minutes from now, we'll get the resolution on which one was Jason's girlfriend. If you missed that yesterday, we'll also give you the recap of that coming up here in just about 10 minutes.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
So today is going to be a really big day in court for Britney Spears and her family. They are all expected to be there as the judge makes a really big decision. You know, the court-appointed evaluator has been spending months gathering evidence on Britney's dad and Britney's doctor to find out if they were giving the proper treatment. That report and the judge's decisions will be revealed today. Coming up in a second, I'll tell you about the fireworks that are brewing. Now, Peter is the guy that is the windmill guy that was with Hannah B. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 times in one night.
So we know he's got stamina.
Okay, Peter.
Okay.
Aptly named, that kid.
Yes, he is.
Nick Carter and his sister Angel have now officially filed a restraining order against Aaron Carter. I don't know if you saw this, but Nick wrote that because of Aaron's increasingly alarming behavior and his recent confession that he harbors thoughts and intentions of killing my pregnant wife and unborn child, we were left with no choice but to get a restraining order to protect ourselves and our family. Wow. They're asking, too, for law enforcement to take away his guns. I guess a judge can. If there is enough concern about someone's mental health, a judge can step in and take somebody's guns in California. So this is something that his whole family is kind of rallying against. And, of course, Nick Carter is upset with the courts for not acting before now, but says, look, Aaron has basically been just firing all this crazy stuff, and he's not going to stop. It's every time it happens, it's kicked up a level, and then it's kicked up a level.
Right.
Now Aaron has gone onto social media and is accusing Nick of raping a 15-year-old girl when he was 23.
Wow.
So
that's pretty serious.
Nick is like, look, this guy is going to go off. Gun control now, mental health now, gun control, please. Like, he is begging somebody to do something because Aaron has a lot of guns. He loves showing them off on social media. We can all see that he's got, like, you know, assault weapons even.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like they're at a place where they're going to be taking them anytime soon from what it looks like I'm reading.
Scary stuff. Taylor Swift just announced a new festival called Loverfest West and Loverfest East. Next summer, she is going to be doing these kind of in stadiums. Gillette Stadium. Isn't that where the Patriots play?
Yes.
Kind of a big venue. And at the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. So big, huge Loverfest concerts. And finally here, Britney Spears' family is going to be in court today. Her mother, Lynn, will be there. Her daddy, Jamie, will be there. They say also the new conservator, which is only handling Britney's person, not Britney's finances. It's a chick named Jody. She's going to be there. And you can expect this whole report that the court-appointed evaluator did to be fascinating. Now, Britney's doctor and Britney's dad were working in conjunction for months to keep her stable and keep her on the right medication. All of a sudden, she just spun out of control.
Uh-oh.
And then the doctor died unexpectedly at the age of 48. Like, there's all
Wow.
kind of crazy stuff that has happened in this case. Soon after the doctor died, Jamie, her dad, put his hands on her son Sean, 14-year-old Sean. Like, it was so much family
busy.
drama. They've been super busy. But now the judge today will apparently hear everybody's side of it. The whole family is turning on the dad, is what I'm hearing. They're all siding with the mom. The mom doesn't want to be the conservator, though. She wants a court-appointed person to be it. Like, it is
Good Lord.
family drama.
Yeah.
And it happens today in Los Angeles. And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
Okay. I got to say, what up? A couple celebrities having a birthday today, like Jason Sudeikis turning 44. Jada Pinkett Smith is 48, and Lance Armstrong is 48. He was able to beat cancer, but not doping tests. So,
You're right.
also, big happy birthday to Silas. That is from Mom, Dad, Trey, Eli Marley, and Princess Piggy Olivia. Also, happy 16th birthday, Kai. Love Mom, Dad, Mimi. Me, Mom, Grandpa, and Apollo Luai. Also, happy birthday to our fabulous daughter, Dr. Courtney Allen, on her 34th birthday. Love Ryle, Barbara, Sue, Dad, Nick, Afton, Katie, Scott, Kennedy, Grace, and too many fur babies to mention. I would say these families are getting larger these days.
They are.
They're adding in all the pets.
Yes, happy third birthday to Cora. Love Mommy. There we go. Nice and simple there. You can see her on KVJ TV.
Adorable.
Beautiful.
Happy fourth birthday to Davey. Love Mom, Dad, Valen, Piper, and Buddy. That's from Brian. Carter getting a 10th birthday shout out from his dad, mom, and sister Callie. And happy birthday to my stepdad, Al. Okay, enjoy vacation in Sanibel. That's from Brittany.
Ooh.
And a shout out to my beautiful fiance. That is from Jeremy. He did not include your name, but I'm sure you know who he is.
And we're sure you're beautiful.
From LA Landscapes. There you go. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ show, you can let us know about it. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Coming
I
up here
could
in a couple.
probably sleep through a hurricane, but definitely no clothes on.
Okay, then we asked Janet, Bree, and
Hot.
Crystal. I know, right?
So I'm just the picture in my
I
mind.
feel bad for anybody who lays next to me.
Then we asked what happened with the first date. Janet, what is your answer for your first date with Jaybird?
Well, our first date was actually when we kind of met at a friend's Halloween party. He was dressed up as Indiana Cone, and I was dressed up as Princess Leia, so obviously we hit it off. I came up to him and I said, "You're kind of wearing the wrong theme costume. You're supposed to be Han Solo, but I kind of like the cones." But that's how we first met, and that's what I consider our official first date.
Tell me about your first date with the man, the myth, the legend, the bird.
Surprisingly romantic. We actually had a little picnic at the beach. He brought his guitar, he played some songs, and we had a few drinks and just hung out. It was really nice.
First date with Jaybird.
The first date we went on was at a local sports bar. I'm not sure if I can say names, but we had a... I can say names?
Sure, why not?
All right, we went to Duffy's. And, of course, Jaybird ordered chicken fingers with honey mustard, which I am a fan of as well. And then we went to see a movie.
Okay. That was Crystal's response.
I feel like some of these girls have been fed lines.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no
And
doubt.
you can tell
Yeah.
in the inflection if she really had the zingers.
They were coached.
Or if she's just
No doubt.
reading about having the zingers.
No doubt. I think Jaybird tried to anticipate what we would ask and have answers ready for them.
Oh, he worked. He
Yeah.
definitely tried to front load this.
You have no idea what it has happened. No.
What?
I don't know.
We also asked Janet, Bree, and Crystal about his taste in music. Was there a song you noticed that Jaybird was listening to a lot in your time together?
We were a big fan of the YouTube and watching a lot of Kiss, Lick It Up. We play that song a lot just because of the music video and just a lot of other random things that we would find on the YouTube channel. Songs about moons and all that type of weird stuff.
Bree, what about you? What was a song that Jaybird was into when you were together?
Well, this song is actually still one of my favorites. It's Band of Horses. No One's Gonna Love You More Than I Do. But still a big fan.
And what about you, Crystal?
Well, I don't think that we had a song in particular, but he definitely played a lot of Billy Joel, threw in a few Snack Pack songs, and we had a great time.
Okay, I can tell you right away, there's no chance it's Crystal.
Why do you
There's
say
no,
that?
just the stuff that she's saying. The answer with the chicken fingers doesn't pan out, and the answer with throwing in the Snack Pack songs, that doesn't pan out.
I definitely do not get busy to the Snack Pack.
Yes.
I don't get busy to my own music.
So
I promise.
It's without a doubt Jaybird's ex-girlfriend is not Crystal. Now, is Jaybird's ex-girlfriend Janet or Bree? Here's the final question we asked about the home life.
Brief synopsis of what you thought of his home and residence.
This is back in 2013, and at the time he didn't have as many figurines. He still had some of his favorites, but he was living at Denny's. His place was kind of messy on his side of the room. He has a lot of Buddha statues, a lot of that symbolism, and just he would clean up, though. He would try to clean up when I would come over, so I know he put in the effort, but it was usually a little bit messy.
What you thought of his home and residence.
At the time, he was living in Dogwood. A ton of, ridiculous figurines and Bigfoot figures, but I remember there being a lot of toys, which was really bizarre for an adult man.
What you thought of his home and residence.
I'm going to agree with the other girls as far as the toys and figurines go. However, his snack selection is on point, and he did have lots of candles, so...
Okay, without a doubt, it's not Crystal. She's not one of Jaybird's ex-girlfriends. I think I even recognize her voice and know who it is.
Who is
not
it?
an ex.
Who is it?
I know.
You don't know who
Yeah,
it
I
is.
do.
You got nothing, Ross.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, she does karaoke a lot. Yeah. I know who that is.
No.
Nah.
You mean cocktails and karaoke?
Yeah.
No, she does not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right. So it's between Janet and Bree for me. I liked all of Janet's answers. The only one that kind of throws me off a little bit is she was talking about how he was watching YouTube videos and Kiss. And I know that's a more recent phenomenon. It sounds like she would be a girlfriend from 2013. That's the only thing I don't like about Janet. But other than that, I think it's Janet, but I didn't like that answer.
Yeah, I agree with you because 2013, you were not listening to Lick It Up.
That's not true. So that's where there's a little confusion. Lick It Up has been something I have been showing everybody and their mother for the
On YouTube?
Yeah, Lick It Up. I have been showing that video
Okay.
to. It's probably the first video I ever showed Denny's.
So that's what I think. So my guess is Janet. That's why I said yesterday, and I said Janet, and then poof, we went off the air. What do you think, Virginia? Who are you guessing?
Bree is a fake because no one lives in Dogwood. Dogwood is a street.
She kinda
You
got-
live on Dogwood.
Okay,
So she
yeah.
was saying it like Dogwood was a neighborhood.
Yes.
Like Hollywood.
Right.
Dogwood.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
ain't real, girl. Sit down.
Okay.
Crystal, same thing. Jay Bird, I don't believe a lot of what she said. He's definitely not making out to Snack Pack music.
No,
Yeah.
Please tell me you're not that cheesy.
that is not happening.
So I think by elimination, it has to be Janet, although I do not like the Lick It Up stuff. Is it possible they're all fake?
No,
I throw that out there.
I don't think Bird would do that to us.
no. One is real. I
Her
think
real name's not Janet either, by the way.
Yeah.
I know that's a fake name.
that is a fake name. The Lick It Up was thrown in there on purpose to throw you off a little bit, but Lick It Up has been something I have been absolutely. But
I don't buy that.
That is the question. You agree with Janet on me, Virginia?
I do. I agree it's
Okay.
Janet, but
Okay.
I don't like the whole Lick It Up thing.
why, that's so weird that the Lick
Yeah.
It Up thing that's the thing that's getting in your.
Yeah,
That's
because it's not consistent. It's not coherent. It doesn't make sense. You weren't watching Lick It Up Kiss videos
Well, now that he
in
explains it,
2013.
he might have been.
I swear to God on my mom that I
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, I wouldn't swear to God on my mom if I was lying about that. I have been. Ken, how long have me and you been talking about Lick It Up?
It has been a while. You're right.
Lick It Up has been something I
Yeah.
have been talking. You just I don't talk to you about things because you annoy me.
Okay, so then there's no doubt it's Janet. We'll see. Are we right? Is that Jaybird's real ex-girlfriend? We'll find out coming up next.
What's hot now on the KVJ show?
Well, I want to say thanks again for the people who donated, helped us get to $200,000 to help rebuild the Bahamas. Our 48 hours of KVJ is done. You can still actually contribute by texting KVJ Bahamas to 44321. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, how can I get involved with the KVJ Volunteer Army, be a part of this? You can actually sign up for the KVJ Volunteer Army. We do so many projects throughout South Florida. We get the volunteers together. We take a Saturday morning and go do something awesome. You can go to our website at kvjshow.com. Just look for the logo right there, KVJ Volunteer Army. Takes you about 20 seconds to put in your information and you're good to go. And then you can be a part of the KVJ Volunteer Army that easily.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, we all agree. We think it's Janet. Of the three girls, Janet, Bree, and Crystal, which one is Jaybird's ex-girlfriend? I think so just because of what she said. I remember the whole Indiana Cones thing that ties into 2013 that sounded consistent. The only thing I didn't like was she was talking about listening to Kisses Lick It Up on YouTube, and Jaybird's been doing that a lot here in the last couple of months, but maybe he was doing it in 2013 as well.
He's a mystery, Kevin.
He is.
And an onion with layers. Peel them back.
And I don't change up my game at all, really.
Okay. All right, we've got Janet, Bree, and Crystal back on with us. Virginia, your guest also is Janet. A lot of people think it might be her as well. Janet, are you Jaybird's ex-girlfriend?
I am.
You are.
We sniffed it out.
Okay.
Are the other girls on the line, too? They have been on the line for like 15 minutes. I'm so sorry I made you guys wait. I know they're late.
Sorry, Bree and Crystal. So Jaybird had coached both Bree and Crystal. Is that correct?
Kind of, yeah.
Not,
Very little coaching, unfortunately.
I really didn't coach him.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Crystal is Klepto's wife from the snack pack.
Okay.
And Bree is Bigfoot's fiance from the snack pack.
Oh.
And I did not really coach him. I said, just kind of do what you want to do.
Okay. Ladies kind of
He
close.
gave me the dogwood answer.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
Virginia sniffed that one out.
he blew it. He blew it.
I think Bigfoot gave that to you. I don't think I gave that to you.
He did.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Bree and Crystal, for coming on with this and helping us out with this, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Aw, bye,
Have a good
guys.
day.
You
Bye.
too.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Aw.
Now, a couple quick questions here for Janet that we have on the line. Janet, how long did you date Jaybird?
We unfortunately dated for 2 months. I had to move to Massachusetts, so we met around Halloween, and then I had to move at the beginning of January. I moved up for family reasons, and I had a great job opportunity that I couldn't really resist. But we were exclusive at the time, and we had a great time while it lasted.
I think I remember this story.
Do you? This is right when she moved. This is right when we started getting fired in Miami, so it was all coming down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, January, February. Remember we were up in Jacksonville, and
Yeah.
all that terrible stuff happened up there. That
Yes.
was right about the same time.
That's when we got the word we're going to start playing a lot more music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, that was tough stuff. Well, Janet, are you still up north?
I am still up north.
Well, if you ever want to come back home, there's a guy who apparently is still pining for you.
Oh, don't make it weird, Virginia.
That was years ago,
Oh,
Virginia.
he's great.
He is great. I mean, tell us, how great is he?
Okay, well, Janet, we'll let you go. Thank you for taking your time today to come on with us.
Of course. Thank you, guys. Have a great morning.
There's always vacation.
Bye, thank you.
Come visit.
She's still single.
Okay.
Oh, really? All right. Okay. Yeah, it's just there was nothing else that could fill that void, Virginia.
I know. Once you've dated the best,
Yeah.
you can't deal with the
She's
rest.
like, thank you, next. Thank you, next. Just had to keep moving on.
You know, planes do fly back and forth from here to Massachusetts, just so y'all know.
Yeah, no, I hear
I mean,
you.
we can keep this love alive.
I had a comment. Somebody texted in and said, this bit is fascinating. How many exes does Jaybird have, and can we play this game multiple times?
No. Please let's not.
Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, who is up next for Shock, Paper, Scissors? Is it Suits?
I think it's the kid, the prodigy.
Oh, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is Suits. He gets to play a round of Shock, Paper, Scissors. Let's hope it doesn't knock the radio station off.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't have an electrical current going through here. I don't know. Shock, paper, scissors, we got that. Looks like we got some Facebook fishing on deck. Well, Suits was reminding me very quickly that apparently there is he and Denny's that still have to go. And shock, paper, scissors. So, and Virginia is gone. I've gone. Jaybird is gone. Is that correct, Denny's?
I think it's between Virginia, Suits, and I. I believe you two went.
Oh, okay. Virginia's not gone
I think,
yet.
I
so
think you
Virginia's
still
trying
haven't
to
gone yet.
slither
Still
out.
haven't gone?
Oh, Pink Lies over here trying to get out of yet another one.
I know, right? Yeah.
I thought I went.
You think a lot.
Look at her just slipping right out of this, huh?
I thought I went.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
My memory is so bad, I don't know if I went or not.
Well, good thing ours is very good.
No, it's not. You
It
don't know
is.
either.
I do. I remember.
Okay.
Ah, Fry the Witch. Fry the Witch.
Okay, so we got 3 people playing here to see who's going to get the lowest card. They get strapped up with the shot collar, and then we play rock, paper, scissors. If they lose in the head-to-head battle, they get shocked. Okay. Going ahead, Virginia's trying to pull her card right now.
Okay.
It'll happen one of these weeks, if not today, Virginia.
Oh,
Everybody gets a shot.
the day seems like it's the right kind of day for a little witch frying, doesn't it?
Yeah. You go up against 4 people and doing well, I think it's kind of like gambling. You're good if you break even.
Exactly.
So if you get half, you're likely going to get shocked twice.
So nice to get mine over with. I'm just here to watch the game.
Okay, and people are texting, yes, Virginia has not gone yet. Do not let her squeeze out of this. I've been waiting for the week when she has to go. Okay. All right, here we go. Virginia's got her card. Denny's and Suits, they all have their cards. Let's start with Virginia. Let's see where she's going with this.
It's not a great card.
Okay. What do you have?
I got a 6.
Okay.
Fry the Witch.
Not
Fry
great.
the Witch.
What you got over there, Denny's?
Ooh, I haven't looked yet. I got a queen.
Fry the Witch.
Suits over there running KVJ TV through the window. Show me what you got.
Oh,
A king. It is Virginia.
Yes.
It is Virginia. Shot, paper, scissors.
Love it.
Okay, so we'll strap the shot collar on Virginia here. She must go up against every dude here on the show. And what we do is just your old traditional rock, paper, scissors. It's 1, 2, 3, then shoot. And if you lose that round, you get shocked.
Okay.
That's how we do it here.
All right.
Okay. Denny's is in here. I'll have Denny's go first so you can swap with Suits on the KVJ TV.
It's on. Denny's is going to be the executioner,
No.
not you.
No, I don't think
'Cause your
so.
thumb is too sticky.
No, I don't think so. And you're talking a lot of trash to a guy who's got all the power in the world right now. You know, just for that, I think hey, Dennis, is that the one that makes it go up? If you throw water on me, I'm absolutely.
If you shock
I'm-
me before it's time,
I'm
I'm
not.
throwing water on you.
You throw water on me, I am going to officially file a complaint to HR.
Okay.
Yes. Is that the.
That the clicker? Get the clicker right.
Up, right? That brings it
Okay.
up.
That's it. Okay. All right. Jaybird has got his finger on the trigger, ready to go. First round here, it is Virginia versus Denny's in shock, paper, scissors. Okay. When you're ready. Shoot. All right. Denny's is throwing scissors. Virginia threw
The
rock. Okay. So Virginia has won the first round. Jaybird, how would you feel if Virginia goes through this whole thing and does not get shocked once?
Empty, sad, depressed.
Yeah.
It would psychologically ruin me for the rest of the show, possibly even for tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh, please.
All right. Well, let's see here. I'll go ahead and take on Virginia now.
So dramatic.
Shock, paper, scissor. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
It's rock to rock right now. We have a draw.
Okay, here we go. Ready and shoot again. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Kevin threw scissors.
Oh!
Virginia threw paper. And that means the witch has got to fry.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Bringing the pain.
Okay.
All right.
If you throw water on me, I'm pressing charges.
I'm going to throw fists.
I'm pressing charges.
Bring it.
Okay. Virginia's won 1. She's lost 1. Okay, let's go ahead and get Suits up here.
Come on, kid. Come on, kid. You can do
This
this
is her
thing.
third round. Shock, paper, scissors.
All right, let me focus. Trying to read this kid.
I'm going to turn up the volume.
Okay, here we go.
Why don't you just stop before I really punch you? I'm not scared of you or HR.
She hates this game.
I will
She hates
close
this game.
fist, punch you in the jaw, and knock you out.
It's so nice to see the witch tremble.
Oh, she hates this.
I hate the
She
shocker.
hates the shocker. She hates this game.
Come on, Suits.
Oh,
Come on,
she does not
Suits.
like this at all. All right, Suits, here
ready?
you go. Versus Virginia.
Oh, rock to rock. Hold
Okay.
on. Reset.
All right.
Hold on, Suits.
Shoot again. You ready?
One.
1, 2, 3. Shoot.
Rock to
Rock
rock
again. Okay, shoot again. Here we go. Third time.
Ah, gotcha.
Virginia got him. Virginia threw rock again, the third time. And Suits threw scissors. Virginia's got a pattern too, just like Jaybird does.
I throw rock every time.
Yeah. All right, this is the final round. Virginia has won 2. She's only lost 1. She lost my round. Jaybird, will she lose yours?
She will, because I'm going to beat her with rock. There's no way I'm not throwing.
She's throwing rock a
I'm,
lot.
I'm throwing rock
Are we
too.
going to be here all day just throwing rocks?
Kevin, I'm throwing nothing but rock, and I will win this. I'm just keeping it real.
Okay. Jaybird has said that before, and he's stood by his guns.
We will rock you.
And if he throws rock, Virginia throws paper and will win, and will only get shocked once in this game.
Still rock and roll to me.
Okay, she will have beaten the odds. 50-50 is good. Virginia will have done excellent if she only gets shocked once.
And it's going to be so satisfying to shock her beating her with rock, because she knows it's coming. And that's what's awesome. I love it.
Okay, is it coming or not? Shock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, shoot. Virginia versus Jaybird. Ready and begin.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Jaybird threw paper.
I knew you were going to throw paper. I knew it.
Virginia threw paper too. Amazing we got a tie on that. Jaybird said he was throwing rock. He did not. He's trying to play that psychological game.
Oh, I'm in her head. Make no mistake about that, because now I am going to whomp that ass with rock.
We're evenly matched that crazy. I'm here to tell you all day.
I am.
Wow, it's a battle of wills here.
I am doing rock.
Okay, you're doing rock?
I am. No, I am.
Your lips quivering, honey.
That's just how my lips
Virginia's
are.
trying to read it. Oh, they're trying to get in each other's heads.
Yeah, let's crapping hot ass.
This is a battle of wills right now. Okay, here we go. Virginia does not want to get shocked, and Jaybird wants more than anything to shock her one more
And I
time.
do want to beat her with rock.
Okay, here we go. Next round. Shock, paper, scissors.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Jaybird did throw rock. Virginia threw rock as well.
I know what
we
you're
have a
doing.
grudge match going on here.
I read you.
Good.
Third round. Ready, begin.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
They've thrown rock again, both of them. Fourth round. Rock, shock, paper, scissors. Okay. What will they do? The psychological advantage. Who has it, Virginia or Jaybird here?
I'm going to throw paper here. Yeah, I am. I'm throwing paper here.
throwing paper?
Yeah. I just kind of want to end this thing, and I'm definitely throwing paper here. There's no shot of rock. I'm throwing
Okay.
paper. All right.
Believe it or not, he was lying last time. Okay, get ready and shoot.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Both went paper. Jaybird was not lying. This is the 5th round. Battle of wills here.
I got to end it with paper.
Okay. Get ready and shoot.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
They both went rock. Oh, man. Oh, this is a 6th round between Virginia and Jaybird. How do they keep matching up? This is unreal. Oh, the suspense.
Gosh,
The
this is a
suspense.
grudge match.
Is Virginia going to get shocked twice, or does she hold off at only once, and does she win? The witch wins if she wins this round. Big time, psychologically and everything in the show here.
I'm going to do something I thought I'd never say I'd do.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw scissors. I'm going to throw scissors.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm saying this. But
He
I'm gonna
lying or
throw
not?
I'm throwing scissors.
He's lied once, he told the truth once. 6th round, shock, paper, scissors, and go.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Jaybird threw rock, Virginia threw rock.
Oh, my Kevin. This has got to be the
Oh,
worst.
okay. We're going to 10, then we're shocking both of you. All right. 7th round here. Shock, paper, scissors, ready and go.
1, 2, 3, shot.
Virginia.
Finally got it!
Virginia threw scissors. Jaybird threw rock. Jaybird wins. He gets to shock the witch.
Oh, Kevin, I'm so tired. I don't even think I can even do this. Bring in the pain.
hurts so bad. Oh.
Oh, it feels good to beat the witch.
The bird beats the witch in shock, paper, scissors.
Here's what's coming up on the Dirt of the Day. Dirt of the Day.
I'm exhausted. I don't know if I
Tiring.
can do a dirt.
7 rounds. You guys matched up 6 times.
All my mascara came off.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We're I don't know, two DJs, one brain.
Coming up in a second in your dirt, Lizzo attacked a Postmates driver on social media. What did she do and why? We'll get into it coming up in your dirt.
Entertainment updates 5 minutes after every hour from the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF. This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
Drama, you got drama. KVJ, dirt of the day. It's the KVJ, dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Oh, you're messing with my brain, Kev.
This whole system is just messed up. So, yes, we're doing all we can here today.
Coming up in a second, I will tell you exactly what's going on with Lizzo and Postmates. She started a little ruckus yesterday and had to apologize for what she did. I'll tell you what that was coming up in just a second. Before we get into that, they have finally figured out Mac Miller's $11 million fortune. I guess it'll be split amongst his closest friends and family. A few of his friends are going to get a vast majority of his belongings, while his mom, dad, and brother will get most of the money. There was $5 million plus in the bank and brokerage accounts and other stuff, so he definitely was smart with his money and did have a will, so that's a good thing. In other news, Alex Trebek is rushing back in for an unexpected round of chemotherapy. His battle with pancreatic cancer has been a little bit tricky. They thought he was doing great, and they may have prematurely been optimistic. And he went back to work, and he's like, the chemo is working, but now he has to go back in for another round of chemo because his numbers dramatically and drastically went south. He is keeping a very positive attitude. We would expect nothing less. He truly is an inspiration with how he's handling all of this. He is smiling through it and says that, look, chemo worked the first time. The numbers immediately went down, and I expect that very good result again this time. You do want to watch today. Britney Spears and her family are going to be in court. You can expect TMZ to be all over this one throughout the day. You can actually get push alerts on your phone. It'll be very curious to see what happens as the judge decides who's in charge of the millions and millions of dollars by possibly electing a new financial conservator to her case. And finally here, as promised, Lizzo accused her Postmates driver of stealing her food, and she posted a picture of the girl and the girl's name on her own Twitter to her almost 1 million followers. She said, in a since deleted tweet, "Hey, at Postmates, this girl Tiffany W stole my food. She lucky I don't fight no more."
Yeah. That's what it says, huh?
So all, of course, of her 1 million Twitter followers immediately started piling on Tiffany, the Postmates driver. And the Postmates driver's like, look, I showed up with the food like I'm supposed to. I waited 5 minutes for somebody to get it. Nobody came to get it, so I left. That's my job. Nobody actually knows what happened to Lizzo's food. There's no word on if the driver ate the food afterwards.
It's tough out there, man. You don't know who to trust. Some services are really, really good, and then other services, I'm convinced they are eating part of your food.
And I don't think it's by a service. I think it's driver by driver.
It is.
And you can't control that. You have these rogue drivers. There's no manager sitting there in the car watching them.
I forget what restaurant it is. I want to say it's BurgerFi. They do an extra job, like an extra step of
They
taping
seal
up
it.
the food.
They seal your food.
At that point, you're living a good life. You can do it that way.
Everybody should be sealing the
Yes.
food. And that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
Gotta tell you, the streaming service wars are getting out of control. It is pretty interesting to see exactly what is going on now. Yesterday, we'd heard that Netflix had grabbed Seinfeld from Hulu for far more than $500 million. That's where we were on that yesterday. And now there's some new announcements about what's going on with streaming to make things a lot more complicated. The Hollywood Reporter is saying that HBO Max has paid billions of dollars for the exclusive streaming rights to all 12 seasons of The Big Bang Theory for 5 years. Billions they're paying.
Wow.
I mean, these companies are throwing around a ton of money. They say the service is going to debut sometime next spring. And earlier this year, HBO Max paid $425 million for over 5 years, $85 million per year to steal Friends from Netflix. So they're throwing billions of dollars around to get. They're going to have Friends. They'll have Big Bang Theory. That's just it. They're fighting over a lot of these shows from the 90s and 2000s that are familiar that people love that they continue to go back and watch. They're finding out those are the biggest hits on streaming services.
Now, you know Seinfeld has most of the back end. I wonder how much, like, your Kaylee Cuocos have of the back end.
Yeah, I know.
That would be fascinating to see because she was making very substantial money from doing that show when it was on.
I thought they'd have pretty good deals if I remember from the salaries they were making. But yeah, the question is how much ownership do they have of the show?
Back end.
Because that's where all this is. NBC has now announced, too, that their upcoming streaming service called Peacock is going to be launching in April of 2020. In addition to snatching The Office from Netflix, they also will have Parks and Recreation. So Peacock will have a lot of the NBC shows that you loved. And they're talking about a new show, a revival of Saved by the Bell. And they're working on bringing back the entire original cast. They've got Mario Lopez and Elizabeth Berkley already locked up. It looks like they're really working hard on Mark Paul Gosselaar right now.
I think the only way this works is if you turn this dark, like they do a Breaking Bad. AC Slater is now, he's like a pimp. It's so gritty, and I think a Saved by the Bell these days would be extra cheesy.
Let Screech just be his real self, because his real self is very twisted.
Maybe make it more of a reality show than the cheesy scripted it was on Saturday.
I think what you do the first episode, Screech dies. The first episode, he gets killed. It sets the tone for the entire thing.
I think the rest of the cast would love that.
How does he get it?
It might even be Zach and AC Slater. Like, we've had enough of this guy. Done. They show it gets really gritty, and I think that could work.
Yeah.
What an awesome twist that would be. Instead of the cheesy
bubblegum.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't think that could work?
It'd be interesting to see what they're going to do with this. It feels like they probably bring it back just the way it was with the same tone.
They will, and that's stupid because it was not that great of a show.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Dustin Diamond, who was Screech, Lark Voorhees, Dennis Haskins, who was Mr. Belding. I have a feeling he's going to jump at the chance if they offer him. He'd probably take $10 an hour. That's what he lives on.
I don't know if that works.
There's tons of money being thrown around for all these streaming services trying to get your time and attention. And keep in mind, too, on top of those other ones I just talked about, the HBO Max and the Peacock, Apple TV Plus debuts in November, right before the launch of Disney Plus.
They're talking about how they are trying to reboot The Office. They're trying to bring that one back. As far as the old characters, Steve Carell has been very upfront saying he does not want to do that again.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's into it.
If you don't have him, now you're just bringing back the old 7 or season 8.
That you didn't care as much about, that you didn't care about. Yeah, but as much money as they're throwing around, Steve Carell saying no now. But if they're throwing around billions of dollars to get these shows, and if that makes sense.
Everybody's got a price.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Steve Carell will be like, okay.
Maybe I'll reconsider.
But for everybody else, it's going to get really confusing because the shows you were used to getting on certain platforms will be somewhere else. There will be new platforms that have the shows you want to watch, and you won't know what they are.
And when you call to cancel your membership, they'll keep you on hold for 48 minutes, like CBS Direct Access did to me.
Big time.
Ugh, that was so annoying.
How much do you think Steve Carell's net worth is?
Steve Carell is going to be worth $68 million.
Virginia?
Carell, I'm going to say 80.
50 mil.
I Kevin's closer.
Thought it'd be more, too.
Okay. All right, not bad there. Okay. Did you guys see the ratings on the Alec Baldwin roast? 2.4 million viewers. They said it's one of the lowest rated of Comedy Central's 17 roasts.
Yeah.
Really?
I think a lot of the roasts are kind of turn to the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot, especially some of the jokes you could probably say about anybody. It's kind of an insert here.
Yes, you could have a slam just, it's like a Mad Libs.
Well, if it's a woman that's up there, they're going to say something about her private part, and you could insert that with anybody. It's not a specific thing.
And so people are like, okay, it's kind of...
I think that might be, that could possibly be.
It's either that or people don't care about Alec Baldwin.
That could be it as well.
Yeah, I don't know. So we were talking about doing another KVJ show roast. We'd done this a while ago, but we'd divided it up. I think it was myself versus Denny's. So if we wanted new partners, it would have to be myself versus Jaybird and Virginia versus Denny's. If we did this, if we wanted to mix it all up.
It's hard to be mean to Denny's.
I know, right? Yeah. I would have.
It hurts.
Well, the thing that happened was I was like, I felt bad. Every joke I was writing, I'm like, oh, I feel terrible. And then I came in here and, Denny's just skewered me.
Yeah, it's really hard. I don't want to insult Kevin because I've already done every insult. I'm running out of insult. That's where I'm at. It's so hard to...
When I get them, I use them.
But the last time we did it, it was more of an insult off.
Yes.
Where you would say something mean, and then I'd come back, and then the audience voted.
Okay, yeah. So we're thinking about doing that again, maybe tomorrow on the show. So doing that. So
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a lot of deep digging. I gotta hear from Denny's. Like, how hard is he gonna go?
Well, that's just it. You want to know? Okay, what level are you coming at me at?
Just give me a level from 1 to 5. 5 is like you are coming with like guns ablazing, and you got Chinese stars in your back pocket, and you're just going nuts.
I'm coming guns ablazing
because we all know each other so well. We know a couple things like, ooh.
Well, I don't want to come guns ablazing and have Denny's because he likes me lay up and he feels bad because I'm a girl.
Denny's is not laying out. And none of us look at you as a girl. So don't worry. None of us think of you as this innocent entity at all.
Okay, so if we're going level 5, let's go.
Oh, I don't care what y'all are doing. I'm going level 5.
Okay.
Because I think you want to win this thing.
I'm just trying to figure out and make sure that we all go the same.
I think if you're listening to it, you want to go, oh, damn, wow, that was hurtful.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, tell Denny's we're going level 5.
Should I book a therapy session for the KVJ show for tomorrow afternoon?
At least bring your Kleenex. You're going to cry.
Well, there's a lot of material over here on this side of the table.
Okay. All right. Well,
make me cry.
Okay. You know what? You can just blame, be like, you know what? A listener wrote that for me.
I got that one with some help from Twitter.
Yeah, no, somebody wrote that into me, and they said, you should use this or else you're weak.
It was a troll. It was a troll.
Yeah. There's one I have. I don't know if I'm allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I think I have to ask somebody before.
Okay.
It's one of those.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. And it also could fall very flat.
As long as it's not against me, use it.
Okay.
I have to ask.
Well, we could do a bit that has low ratings and makes each other, everybody on the show hate each other. What?
Win-win.
Win-win-win.
Drama, you got drama and you gotta tell all. You love to complain about your pain. Hey, you're Facebook fishing.
All right, here we go. Another round of Facebook phishing. Whoa, somebody reveals maybe a little too much in this thread here. Russell comes off looking a little unlikable in this. I'll play the role of Russell here today. Jaybird, you can play the role of Mark.
What do you need out of Mark?
Mark is kind of guy's just laying it down, telling you like it is.
Okay.
Gina will be played by Virginia, and Denny's, you got the role of Carrie here today.
Is Gina sassy?
Yes.
Okay.
She's a little spitfire.
Okay.
She's got some attitude in her. Yeah.
And is Mark kind of quiet and peaceful?
No, Mark, you just said Mark is...
Oh, he's going for it.
Kind of just lays it down.
Okay.
I was listening, Kevin.
Thank you very much. It's nice to know at least I got one of you here. All right. This is Russell and his post that he threw up on Facebook. Yeah, this might not be popular to say, but women should not use adult toys.
As a friend, bro, let me just say, good luck, Russell. You are about to get destroyed by the few women friends you have on here.
Yeah, as a woman who is dumb enough to sleep with Russell, I can tell you, not only does he finish faster than a NASCAR pit crew, but he also doesn't seem to care if he's the only one finishing.
Oh! Again, as a friend, this is not going to end well for you, bro. Take this post out before it gets worse.
I made the mistake of entertaining him too, but it shouldn't count. Russell was done in like 45 seconds. It's like he thought it was a race to finish.
Call me crazy, but nobody has addressed the adult toy thing. Gina or Carrie, anything?
Well, I'm probably the reason for this post because after he did nothing for me, I pulled out my adult friend and proceeded to finish what he couldn't. I thought that by doing that, it would interest him again, but he was already in front of the TV eating a sandwich.
Whatever, Gina. Hope you be happy with your choice because no dude's ever going to want you after that comment.
It's just like you, Russell, to think that I'm the one who's going to be damaged by this.
I mean, Russell's off. The toys are awesome.
Yeah, I think Russell is off. I think Russell feels threatened
Don't be threatened, Russell.
by the toys because he's a guy that sounds like he's all in it for himself and hasn't gotten the hint yet that, hey, this is like it's like dancing. It's a tandem partnership type thing.
Oh, it's like an orchestra. The more instruments involved, the more beautiful the music.
Yeah, he's kind of breaking off and doing his own thing, and he doesn't like to dance very long.
It's like a buffet, baby. The more dishes they are, the more delicious.
That's how it goes, huh? All right, see a fun little post on your social media pages. You can do a screenshot of it and send it to us coming up here in a couple of minutes. You can do that, mail at kvjshow.com.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news.
So many people are mad.
Oh, yeah. Big story today. If you are a UFO enthusiast. Wait, our government is basically saying, yep, there are UFOs. Sorry, we put a video out in December 2017, and we weren't supposed to do that because we didn't want you to see that.
And it's legit stuff. They don't know what the heck was in this video. They have no idea. The military's even saying that.
Yeah, it is a definition of an unidentified flying object. Now, before you get all crazy, they're not saying that it's, proof that there are aliens and alien spacecraft. They're just saying that what they saw with these Navy pilots and their radar, it doesn't match up to anything that they know of that's created today. And what it looked like on their screen is not unlike any ship that they've ever seen. So it is completely the definition of an unidentified flying object.
It's very fascinating to hear some of these military people talk about these ships that they know don't exist in the military. So
yeah.
Are there parts of the military where nobody knows anything except for a very, very, very few select?
Well, a lot of the stuff, they probably deem it to be top secret. And maybe their biggest concern might be, okay, have the Russians or the Chinese developed an aircraft that can do a lot better things than our aircraft can do? And if that's the case, we're very concerned because they would have a massive advantage over us in war should one break out. And I think that's ultimately their number one concern because they said we've been here a while and so far, aliens, if there are aliens, haven't messed with us.
That we know of.
But we know the Russians and Chinese would probably more likely want to mess with us. So if they've got an aircraft that can do what we're seeing on this radar, we could be in trouble. Let's figure that out. So I would think that's where their concern is. But they're just telling you that it is an unidentified flying object.
Jay-Bird's so mad because you're so logical.
No,
I know.
It's not logical. Don't get me start talking about reverse engineering.
It just makes sense. You're making too much sense.
I know.
He's just hopeful.
Well, on reverse engineering, whatever it is they see in the scope, I'm sure they would love to have it. They would love to get their hands on it because they would like to figure out, hey, what makes that thing do that? Because we want to do that.
But if it's the Russians doing it, where do they get it from? Clearly they got it from a UFO from another place. Well, if they reverse engineered it, it's something they didn't know about, and they had to build it from.
We don't know if they reverse engineered it. We're just saying our guys want to reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
They might have come up with it. There might be some Russian brainiac.
No.
You don't know?
You don't know.
There's no.
They don't have to all be from aliens.
No,
True.
what I'm saying is
Virginia.
the Russians that. Oh no.
You can't talk.
Oh gosh, I just had to turn it off.
He just when you
You can't talk sense.
Get out of
So
here.
he turns off your mic when he has no recourse.
You don't know what you're
intellectually.
No, you don't know what you're
Whatever.
No, because all you're doing is the old man Muppet thing where whatever I say, you guys.
Kevin shut you up, and then I did
Kevin
too.
did not.
Why don't you sit down?
You think you should? Look, I'm turning off my mic, and I'm still not shutting up.
Go sit at the kids' table. The grown-ups are talking. Be quiet.
The grown-ups are
The
talking.
grown-ups are talking.
Well, we got another big story
He broke
here
his
today.
mic.
Yep, there you go. He's done for the show. Yeah, that's what you get for messing with the equipment here. You know, stuff doesn't barely work. Yeah, your mic is now broken.
Oh, you broke your
Congratulations.
mic.
Yeah.
I'm reverse engineering it.
Have you heard about the hashtag Free the Nipple movement that is out there?
I have.
It's the right for women to be able to go topless because men can, so why can't we do it too?
I like it. You know, fair is fair.
I'm fine with it. Doesn't bother me.
I'm not bringing mine out, but if you want to bring out yours, you go.
You have the right to do it.
Do it, girl.
And that's all good. They actually took their Free the Nipple movement to court and won. And then they had to fight an appeals case and won.
Okay.
And this was against the city of Fort Collins, Colorado. And Fort Collins, Colorado is like, you know what? We lost twice. We're not taking the Supreme Court. Whatever. If you want to take your tops off and show those nipples, go ahead.
Okay, Colorado.
But the fact that it was like the 10th Circuit Court that ruled on that now opens up the right to go topless, not just in Colorado, but Wyoming, Utah, New Mexico, Kansas, and Oklahoma.
How are the people even allowed in Colorado? It's not completely overpopulated yet. Legal weed. Now we got nipples running just afloat.
Paradise, right?
Apparently, we're packing our stuff.
Yeah, topless hippies run all over the place.
Colorado sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. So you guys hear about this terrible fire that happened at a cattle breeding facility in Australia. It wound up exploding and destroying at least 100 cylinders of bull semen.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Ugh.
You would not want to be in there during that explosion.
That story's already turning my stomach up.
Yeah. Kevin, what are you doing? People are eating breakfast.
He's just reporting the facts, ma'am.
Twitter had a lot of jokes. One person tweeted out, having a bad day at work. Spare a thought for the workers who have a horror cleanup ahead after a cattle semen explosion.
Oh, yeah. Don't you feel bad for those people?
Well, that's the day you call in sick.
Yeah.
You call in sick for a month. You end
Yes.
up saying you've got chicken pox.
Somebody else tweeted out, RIP to all the unborn steaks. So,
Oh, this is grossing me out.
okay, I'll stop with the other joke. Now, there is a car that crashed into the lobby of Trump Plaza in New Rochelle, New York. It injured 2 pedestrians, but what was weird is the driver, and I think it was a Mercedes-Benz, got out of the car and then just sat on the sofa in the lobby and didn't say a word.
I saw that. It was very bizarre.
It is bizarre.
The person got out of the car and just sat on a sofa in the lobby and waited for the cops. Like,
yeah.
Are you just like,
Okay.
I messed up? Are you drunk? Like, what's going on?
I haven't heard the outcome yet. You would think maybe they're hammered or something. This girl I know was hammered. It's an ex-sorority girl. She was driving drunk in Bluffton, South Carolina, and she got arrested last year in August after speeding through a stop sign. Well, when the cops pulled her over, they said she's slurring her words, and they gave her a breathalyzer. It showed her blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. But you can see in the police dash cam video, this sorority chick is begging the officer not to arrest her. She said, I'm a cheerleader. I'm a dancer. I'm a sorority girl from a high accredited university.
Yes.
She also went on to tell the cop that she was a white thoroughbred and a white clean girl. Okay.
I think they had audio of this.
Oh, they do, yes. It did not stop the cops, who still threw the book at her. She was
Really? That's not a good defense?
yeah, that did not work there, white
It's your
sorority
privileged and white? Just
Yes.
shut up. Stop talking.
Thoroughbred white girls still
She
get
couldn't.
DUIs.
She couldn't stop.
She couldn't stop. And you know what? They're going to all laugh at her, and it's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
This story's been out for a minute. I think the audio has been released. Yeah, no,
Yes.
she's been crucified.
Yeah, she just pled guilty, so she's like, all right, I just want this thing to go away. But again, it popped up, everything she said, because she just pled guilty.
It's not gonna
dummy.
go. Well, it's not gonna go away ever.
No,
It's
no.
on the internet.
Now it's going viral.
Cops in Ohio pulled over an Amish horse and buggy the other night with a massive speaker system built into it. But there was more than just speakers. The people driving it abandoned their horse and took off running to the woods because apparently they also had a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra in there.
A little rum springa.
A little rum springa. You cannot buggy and drink. Drink and buggy.
I didn't think you could buggy and
Boom.
bass.
Yeah,
Boom.
I don't think you're allowed to. I thought you had no technology.
Man, how tricked out is this buggy? Yeah, I know.
Are these fake Amish?
Some do. They have different varying levels of just how intensely they, believe in that.
There was a Amish reality show, I think on TLC.
I watched it.
And I was fascinated by this series.
The one girl that went on to be a model.
The one girl was so pretty, but her family made her take out her teeth. Like, she had to remove her teeth. And I forget exactly why they did that. They were rotten.
Really?
Yeah, but it was something within her. I forget why, but she was afraid to smile. But she was so pretty, you felt so bad for her.
That was a fascinating. Was it Breaking Amish?
I think it might have. It was really good.
It was good.
Yeah, it's a fascinating lifestyle, yeah. So anyway, they're still on the loose. It's going to be hard to figure out who they are. I mean,
they blend
all
in.
kind of have the same clothes and facial hair, and
They kind of stick together, too.
they're all named Zebediah, so
They ain't rolling over.
it's not going to be easy. There was a cop in Oregon that thought he spotted a missing person on Saturday, but it turned out to be a different guy. And when they approached that guy, he was pleasuring himself onto a piece of rusted metal. I guess we know how it rusted.
A little pain and pleasure. Ugh.
Then he tried running away, but the cop caught him and arrested him for public indecency and escape.
What is the matter with people?
Yes. Well, the good news is if somebody does, do what they did to a piece of rusted metal and they take off running, the cops now believe they have a new way of getting people instead of just tasering them. They said they have a new Spider-Man-like device that would shoot a web to take somebody down.
Whoa, that's cool.
Oh, we should try it.
Yeah, can we get one?
I don't know. I would love to. That'd be amazing. Have Jaybird try to run away from you and you do the Spidey web on him?
You can't hit what you can't catch, Kev.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Some fascinating stuff and big stories today. Good luck on that.
Even he doesn't believe it.
I know.
Oh,
Plus,
can't
with
hit
Jaybird,
what
a
you-
taser's just too much fun. I mean, what fun's a net?
Agreed.
Tasers are a lot more fun.
This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
We were talking in the Whacked Out News about UFOs. The Navy had said, yeah, those videos were released a couple years ago. Those were not supposed to be released. So, yeah, we don't know what those were in the crosshairs that we had. Who knows what's going on? Somebody texted in and said, yeah, I got an uncle who worked at Area 51 in the 80s, and he still won't tell me anything about what he did and saw.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's that way. If you work for certain areas of the government, you are never allowed to say what it is that you did.
Well, what about like on your deathbed?
Well, yeah, some people do. There are some people in the military that do come out after and they speak what they are saying is their truth, and they get sometimes blackballed. They get laughed out of town.
Yeah, they can still come and arrest you depending upon, what your clearance was. I dated a girl in California, and her dad worked on the missile defense and at Vandenberg, which is where they have nuclear missiles and the such. And he would not say anything about, what was going on. It was fascinating stuff about the missile silos and whatnot, but he couldn't say a word. If he said anything that got leaked out, they would come and arrest him, and he would spend the rest of his life in prison.
There are too many people who are in the military that have the same story. All of these people who are so credible in the military, they're all lying about it. They're all lying about UFOs and aliens and stuff they've seen. I mean, I don't know, Virginia.
They've seen some amazing stuff. They just don't know what it is, for sure.
Well, some people do know what they've seen. Some military people have gone on record and said, "I have seen a being. I have seen a creature." We worked on this stuff.
We shook hands.
There's a lot of documentaries, a lot of interview stuff out there. I highly recommend you watch it. I know none of you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of housewives to catch up on. I'm sorry.
There's so many great documentaries out right now about UFOs in the military.
Yeah, Danielle texted in. She said, yeah, my mom still can't talk about one of her jobs in the military, and it's been 30 years. So,
Really?
Yeah, that's the way it goes. If you're dealing with top secret information, you can never, ever talk about what it is you did, or they will come and arrest
And
you.
that's why I could never be in the military, because I would tell
you'd
I'd
be
tell
in
everybody.
prison.
But there
yes.
are some people that do they do come out and they speak publicly about stuff they weren't supposed to talk about. These are military people. In fact, they had a big conference in 2017 about this stuff.
Yeah, if it's classified information, they would likely be arrested and thrown in prison and never be seen from again.
Crazy.
Yeah, they don't play around. They're like, yeah, this is some serious stuff. If you know classified top secret information that is beneficial to this country and would be bad in somebody else's hands, if you yap about it, yeah.
I think if it's about military stuff, especially when it comes to other countries, but some of the UFO stuff, it is leaking out. Military people are speaking out about it.
TikTok, they're going to wind up dead.
It's possible.
You think?
No, so what they like to do is anytime someone credible comes out, they like to destroy their credibility by calling them a lunatic or they weren't a good worker. They'll attack people on their credibility and their character if it's something that's going to get them in trouble. If the secrets are out, Virginia.
So many secrets.
So many secrets.
I'd like to delve into some of yours, Pennington.
Bring it on. I ain't got none. I'm open book.
I think that stupid raid of Area 51 was supposed to take place this weekend. I think that's coming up, and
Yeah, they moved it to Vegas.
Yeah, but I
and
think
then-
I think well, the guy, like, I think legit the government got to that kid and they said you need to issue a retraction saying you're not doing this because people are going to lose their life if you do not.
And then you're going to have the blood on your hands,
Yes.
and we'll prosecute you as
Yes.
such.
Dick, we've got enough bullets. We will kill all of you.
We have so many bullets.
We have so many bullets. You will all die.
We've been saving up.
Yes.
There'll be zero people standing.
There will be 0 people. Like, we will kill thousands of people if we have to. You're not getting in here and finding out what's going on inside Area 51.
Crazy.
This is a crazy story that I was going to get to yesterday. I apologize for being a day late, but fascinating stuff. The likely serial killer that was arrested in Palm Beach County, 37-year-old Robert Tyrone Hayes. They got him in his home in Palm Beach County. He's a suspect in 3 murders in Daytona Beach from between the years 2005 and 2006. And there's also a possibility that at least one more murder between 2005 and 2016 could be linked to him in the days and weeks to come.
They even, I guess, talked to him back in the day because they had figured out, who had bought this type of gun. 40 different people had bought this type of gun. So they talked to all 40 of them. But because the profiler had said, oh, we think it's a white guy between this age, and we think that this is what he's like. And turns out he was a black guy, not in the same age group. The profilers got it all wrong.
Well, that's why you gotta
So the
be-
cops didn't even, think anything of this guy. They just talked to him because they had to, because he had purchased the same gun, but they're like, it's not him because the profiler said it's a white guy.
Well, that's how it is in Mindhunters. They have profiles of certain, they have certain things that they think, on paper, majority of people do it this way, and not every time. It's not going to be that way every time.
You're
Especially
right.
if you're a smart serial killer and cops are already thinking that way, you're going to start killing outside what they think you should be killing if you're smart enough.
Yeah. What did this guy in was he was already a suspect in the March 2016 murder of Rachel Bay, who was found dead on the side of a highway in Jupiter. And with the help of a new form of DNA testing, Hayes was arrested on Sunday for Bay's murder. A sexual battery examination was performed on her body, and they discovered the DNA. And then they were watching this guy, Hayes, and you know what did him in? A heater.
A heater?
Yes, a cigarette. Yes. A
Oh, he
cancer
smoked
stick.
it?
He was smoking.
And then they got the
And he
cigarette.
dropped it, and they were able to do the DNA match from what they found from the victim to that cigarette.
Wow.
What they
It
do
was
is
him.
when they have a suspect, they will follow them around, and as soon as they throw something away, they'll have a cop on there, and they'll get it to get the DNA from the saliva.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Rick Bradshaw, the Palm Beach Sheriff's officer, the sheriff at PBSO, he said, we're pretty sure that he would have killed again.
Oh, my gosh.
And listen to this, apart from minor traffic violations, he had no prior criminal record. Crazy, huh?
Yes,
Crazy.
some of those they're good at what they do.
And get away with it for
course.
years.
Denny's has actually put together a challenge for Jaybird if he's up for it. It is the list of famous serial killer nicknames from Ranker.
Okay, what do I got to do?
Okay. If you accept this challenge,
Accepted.
now
You
that
let us do to you what the killer did to the victim.
Oh my gosh!
Just kidding. Well, you accepted it. That's why you got to hear the terms first.
You're right. Maybe I should hear.
I will give you a name, you got to tell me their serial killer nickname. Like if I said Ed Kemper.
The co-ed killer.
Geez, okay. All right. Jaybird is that good.
Wow.
Do you think he'll go perfect?
He stood about 6'10", Virginia. He was a big murderer.
Okay, now you're bragging.
Yeah.
I think he will go perfect.
If you weren't worried about Jaybird before this segment, you'll definitely be worried about him after the segment. Can he get a perfect score on the famous serial killer nickname game? We'll find out coming up next.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Well, they found what they believe is a serial killer in Palm Beach County. And crazy stuff because, when these kind of stories happen, that's when you start hearing people who are like, oh my gosh, I knew that guy. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, the Daytona killer, the guy they just got in Palm Beach County, was my best friend's manager. And she's obsessed with serial killers and was so shook she never knew. This guy's even given her baby clothes for her new baby and taking her home and whatnot.
What?
Yeah.
She was in his car?
Yeah. Apparently so.
Oh, my God.
Sometimes if they're too close, it's not what they're looking for.
Interesting.
Yeah, because there was a profile of the women that he had killed. They had, the typical rap sheets of this and that,
Yeah.
So
Sometimes they got a real, a thing, a look.
it's almost like maybe they feel like they're doing humanity a favor by doing what they're doing. It's a weird, sick psychosis. Jaybird can tell you more than anybody. He gets serial killers.
And it's weird, too, because you'll think you have somebody pegged, and then you sit down and talk with him, like, oh, wow, that's how their mind works.
It's creepy.
You think you know.
I could never sit down and talk with them. I'd be too freaked out.
Oh, ever since I watched Mindhunters, it's such a good show. I've gone back to listen to original serial killers' confessions when they're talking about stuff in detail.
I mean, there is no way.
Oh man, if I told you some of the things that were on those tapes, you wouldn't sleep tonight.
I'm already not going to sleep tonight just from this. Mm-hmm. Just from the thought that she was in his car. He was her manager. He gave her baby clothes for her kid.
It's crazy, right?
That is insane. It'd be like one of us, you know? Like it's somebody you work with.
Check out the book, The Stranger Beside Me by Anne Rule, I believe her name is. She worked with Ted Bundy. They were friends.
What?
And didn't know.
It's crazy.
Until after.
Yeah. That gets you. You're like, oh my gosh, I was so close. It's the question we always ask. Have you ever walked by somebody on the street that is a murderer that's just walking around? You have no idea.
So
was there a serial killer looking for his next victim and you were around?
Yeah, did you just somehow, like something had happened where they had their eye on you, they were coming after you, and then like a car pulls in front of them, they're like, wait, no, and
yeah, I believe the FBI said something like it's between, I think, 30 to 50 serial killers active per year in the U.S.
Roughly, right here in Palm Beach County, it looks like.
It's either 20 to 40 or 30 to 50. It was that kind of number right there.
It's crazy to think about.
Okay, so I've got a big challenge here for Jaybird. He has spent a lot of time
nervous
knowing everything there is to know about famous serial killers. I just threw out the name Ed Kemper, and he quickly was...
Co-ed killer.
Yeah, he knew right away.
Sometimes killed them in pairs.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. You can save all the side information here because this is a timed event.
Oh, my gosh.
10 and 30. Can you do it?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. That's what we're going to find out. What do you think, Virginia? Do you think you can do 10 and 30?
10 and 30?
I name the name, you give me the nickname.
Okay.
I give you their real name, you tell me what their serial killer nickname was, okay?
All right, 30 is pretty quick, but okay.
It is quick.
This is the true test of how good you are.
I will go fast. You got to go fast, too.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't blow it. We're
okay.
all watching.
All right. Good Lord. I need a drink, a stiff one.
I can make you that.
Let's do it.
Aguardiente.
He's so tense about these taking this so seriously.
I take these challenges because it's all I got, man. That's all I got.
I mean, he's over here looking like this is life or death. I mean, the look on his face is like, oh my gosh, like this is serious. Like this is a big deal.
And the sad thing is, whether I nail it or I fail it, it ain't gonna matter. No one's gonna remember this in 10 minutes anyway. Like, why do I care?
It's
I don't know.
pride.
The fact that you care so much, you can see it in your face.
I do care, oddly enough.
Because you know the trolls are going to come for you.
Oh, screw the trolls. But you're right.
10 and 30. Famous serial killer nicknames. I give you the real name. You give me the serial killer nickname. Can we do it here? All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Begin. Lonnie David Franklin Jr.
Grim Sleeper.
David Berkowitz,
Son of Sam, 44 caliber killer.
John Wayne Gacy,
Killer Clown or the Colonel.
Gary Ridgway,
The Green River Killer.
Dennis Rader,
A BTK.
Richard Ramirez,
Night Stalker.
Ted Bundy,
A Lady Killer.
Harold Shipman,
He is Dr. Death.
Jeffrey Dahmer,
The Milwaukee Cannibal.
Tommy Lynn Sells.
The Cross Country Killer.
There you go. With 9 seconds to spare, Jaybird, you got it.
Wow.
He did 10 and 21.
And he
See?
got them all right?
He got them all right, yeah. He didn't.
What other game has he ever played?
He does terrible against the clock.
I mean...
Serial killers, he can do 10 in 21 seconds.
He had 9 seconds left?
Nailed
You've
it.
never put those numbers up.
I was so focused.
He got 9 in 21 seconds.
I'm tired.
You're focused, and now the audience is horrified.
I know. I get why people think I'm weird. I get it.
Impressive and horrifying at the same time. Yeah. Today is National Cheeseburger Day.
I know. Big day.
It is a big day. If you love cheeseburgers, this would be the day to jump on it. And there are various places that got special deals. Our friends at BurgerFi, they've got dollar cheeseburgers with the purchase of a cheeseburger today. So
Okay.
buy one, you get one for $1.
Those are big burgers too. Those aren't fast food. That's like a real burger.
They are, and I would put their veggie burger up against anything. It is so good.
It is.
In fact, they're doing a special cheeseburger eating challenge today at the BurgerFi that's in Pinecrest Place. Just outside of Miami at 11 a.m. this morning. They've got Takeru Kobayashi, who was big on the hot dog.
Kobayashi's going to be there?
Kobayashi, yeah. Kobayashi.
Wow.
Yeah, is going to be at the BurgerFi there in Pinecrest.
I wish he was going to be in Harborside. I would so go to that.
Yeah, well, he's taking on Bam Adebayo, who's the Miami Heat's new center this year.
Okay.
Also, Russell Maryland, who played with the Miami Hurricanes back in the day when they were amazing.
Okay.
They're going to be there. Now, here's what they're doing. They've got to tackle 6 BurgerFi cheeseburgers. Now, that's for Adebayo and also for Russell Maryland. Kobayashi, he's got to take down 18 single BurgerFi cheeseburgers in a 5-minute contest.
Oh, he'll do that no problem.
Yeah, so
They're
he's
gonna
got
have-
18, they got 6, a third.
Hundreds of people are going to show up for this. That's awesome.
At least.
At least, maybe thousands.
And BurgerFi is going to donate $100 for every cheeseburger eaten, up to $5,000 to Feeding South Florida.
Oh, we love that.
Yeah. So that's a cool little thing that BurgerFi is doing today. If you're near Pinecrest, want to check that out. Also, Burger King's got a deal where you can get a cheeseburger for 59 cents with a mobile order via the chain's app.
Wow, that's a great deal, too.
Wendy's, you can get a bacon cheeseburger for $1 with a mobile order.
Okay.
Red Robin, they got $5 gourmet cheeseburger and bottomless steak fries with any drink purchased today. And Habit Burger Grill. Well, they got one on North Lake.
Habit is right next to Sleep Number.
Yes, it
because
is.
we've gone over there and enjoyed. They have good food.
I will
Yeah.
say I did not do a lot of work with Habit before, and I ended up ordering them a lot. They do have really good food. I love me some Habit Burger.
If you make a donation of $2 or more to No Kid Hungry and get a certificate for a free cheeseburger with cheese to redeem on a future visit.
Nice.
It's nice to be living in a time where you got a BurgerFi, which is amazing. You have a Habit Burger. They're different style.
Yeah.
I love
know.
it.
A lot of good stuff happening in the world of food today. What about this? Pizza Hut has just announced that it's teaming up with Kellogg's to create a new Cheez-It pizza.
Cheez-It pizza, like Cheez-It the crackers?
Don't get duped. It's more of a calzone than a pizza.
Oh, really?
It really is. Yeah. It's gonna be kind of. It's gonna have that dough. The dough kind of thing of a calzone, and they'll have that cheese like the Cheez-It cheese.
It's got the Cheez-It flavor and color, and then so they took dough, they gave it the Cheez-It flavor and color, and then they stuffed it with cheese.
I'm gonna go on record. I know it's be controversial. I don't necessarily love Cheez-Its, and I'm a cheese man. I think Cheez-Its could do better.
When you eat too many of them, they start to taste like chemicals.
They could do better. Cheez-Its could be a monster, and they're not.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I don't love the Cheez-Its. I mean, if I'm going cheesy snack, I'm going Cheetos.
I think Cheez-Its could do better and be a monster, and I think Oreo. I think they could do better.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jaybird has spoken. He's got a lot of opinions on
We
this.
do think that Oreo changed their formula.
They are.
When they switched plants, which they did a few years back, something about the cookie just changed.
It's lost its heart. And I know they got options in Oreo world, but it's lost its heart, my man.
Back
Okay.
to your roots. Make the cookie better.
KFC is feeling the pressure, obviously, of Popeyes and the viral sensation they created with that chicken sandwich. So now KFC has just started testing a new chicken sandwich themselves that is using a donut as the bun. No word on when they might go on sale nationwide, but if they're successful in the test markets, then they will pump that out.
By
to
the
everybody.
sounds that you're making with your mouth over there, I take it you approve?
I do not approve.
You don't?
I'm a butt chicken and seafood man. You're only hearing me talk about buds. Sorry. I'm loyal. I'm loyal.
And chicken wars are real, though, man.
They
They're
are.
real.
They are real.
They are real, and they're not playing. So KFC is trying to find out what exactly is going to be their way of combating against that.
We got breakfast today.
I noticed, yeah, people were checking out what you guys got. What'd you get, and where'd you get it from?
I got a few grilled cheeses with a few orders of cheese fries. Virginia got a breakfast sandwich, and Suits got, whatever his millennial ass got.
You got his...
I see him eating like an omelet.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he got.
He looks like an omelet.
Think so.
We got it from McCabe's. It's through the delivery system.
Oh, okay.
What'd you get, Suits?
I got an egg white with an English muffin and an egg white.
Get out of here with that weak junk.
Trying to be good. I've had a bad week. I've been eating really unhealthy. I got to make up for it.
Get out of here and go do another bad traffic report.
Someone's team Cy Dobbins.
I'll tell you, I'm not threatened by Cy Dobbins. He don't got what it takes.
He's not consistent enough.
Exactly.
They say that buying food out and food delivery are two of the things that Americans overspend on. They say the average American overspends by $143 a week, or about $7,400 a year.
I believe it. That delivery ain't cheap.
That's what I'm afraid to look at is the delivery service fees, man. I looked at a month of them, and it was bad. It was bad.
You don't mind paying for the sandwich because you're eating the
Yes.
sandwich. But when you look at how much you paid for the fees and the extra and then the delivery charges, they add all that on there.
Well, I found out like 3 months ago, Camille's, my favorite pizza place. Now, it's in Lake Park. I live in West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
But on my food app, they had it available for somebody getting it, bringing it from Lake Park to Gardens, and I was ordering Camille's twice a day at one point. It adds up, man, because they're getting it for me.
Yeah.
They're
bringing it to West Palm.
I mean, you do it every single day. Yeah, bringing it from West Palm. It's no longer available now.
Aw.
I know.
Is I'm looking at this list of where Americans just throw their money away. There's a lot of things you might relate to. They've got subscription services, gym memberships,
Both and both.
lunch, food delivery,
Both and both.
online shopping.
Yep. They've got me. I'm done.
You are every man.
Yep, check. Got me, check. Probably the good news for you, though, is according to Food and Wine, they say there is, quote, no obligation to tip for takeout.
Yeah, but I feel like such a schmuck not doing that.
I know. I always tip for takeout because they have to pack it all up and they put like all the silverware in there and they ask me if I want plates and napkins and all that and they check it.
I know they get a fee, I think, but still, I mean, what's the, add a few more dollars. It's what sucks is when you give a very nice tip and then they blatantly forget a sandwich or two.
Yeah.
And then they have a bad attitude on top of it.
When
and
you go back to get it.
Yeah.
They do suggest you tip 10% for service above and beyond handing you the bag. Those examples include curbside pickup when you don't have to leave your car, and large, complicated orders should get 10% when you do
I agree.
takeout.
All of my orders are large and complicated.
Then
so
10% would be the amount.
10%. I love it.
That's what you do, Virginia.
You know how you hear people on the radio and you're like, I wonder what they look like when they're saying that. I wish I could see them.
Well, you can. We're right there on youtube.com/KVJ show.
That's another one of them snowflake discussions.
Uh-oh.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if I agree with the judge in this case. And I know people are like, oh, Kev's a snowflake.
There's a new movement about people making videos about not calling people snowflakes. It's hurting people's feelings calling them snowflakes. So the video is about, we have to stop calling people
Well, that
snowflakes.
just kind of reinforces the fact you're a snowflake if you're hurt by somebody calling you a snowflake.
I
and you
know.
gotta make a video about it. Yeah.
And that's why the comments weren't very nice on this.
Yes, you just proved our point.
It really does.
A little too soft. I get it. This is a case about peanut allergies and ballparks.
Okay.
Because if you think about going to a baseball game, a lot of times the tradition is let's get a hot dog and some peanuts and a soda or a beer. And
Sure.
that's just Cracker Jacks, baby. That's what they sing in the song.
It's American.
It's America. That's what it's all about. Well, now we got this crazy thing called peanut allergies that is affecting a lot of Americans. According to the Fair Food Allergy Research and Education, up to 32 million Americans, including 1 in 13 children, have a food allergy.
Wow.
Now, it's a food allergy. I don't know if that's necessarily an allergy to peanuts, but where Jaybird grew up playing baseball in Palm Beach Gardens, they sell them dang peanuts there at the baseball complex, and they're not going to stop. Even though there's a kid who would like to play some baseball, he's a 6-year-old boy, but he can't because he's got peanut allergies, and they will throw peanut shells in the dugout and the such, and if he has any kind of contact with them, then it's life-threatening for him, but he would love to be out there with his friends, and he would love to have a baseball career. He just can't do it when there's peanuts. So his mom, Jenny, she went and said, hey, would you please stop doing it? And they're like, nope, it's America. We sell peanuts here in Palm Beach Gardens. So she took it to a judge, and the judge is like, yep, you're right, Gardens. It's America. We sell peanuts here at this ballpark. Sorry, kid. Baseball's not going to be your sport.
Here's my question. How bad is the allergy for the kid? Is there any, because I know sometimes you can take medicine and there's the EpiPen and all kind of other weird stuff. Is it something where the kid could battle this?
All I've known, the people I've known that have a nut allergy, it goes all the way from it's life-threatening, you will die, to the least severe is you'll break out, your throat will swell up, you need an EpiPen, and you'll have a horrible rash. But, you know, if the peanut shells are in the dugout almost every game or practice, he's going to be dealing with this probably multiple times in a season.
So how important are peanuts? If you've got a little kid that wants to play, I say get rid of the peanuts so he can play.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I mean, it is definitely ingrained in baseball. Here's the way I look at it, okay? For me, growing up, I could not play in stadiums. I had such terrible panic disorder at times where I would throw up before the game because I could not be there. The lights would give me terrible anxiety. If my mom said, let's say we had a championship baseball game, and she was like, okay, listen, I want my son to be a part of this baseball game, but he can't go to the big building, the big stadium with the buildings and the lights and everything. I want this whole championship game moved to make my little boy Jaybird comfortable because Jason can't play the baseball game in front of those big lights. Is it kind of the same thing when you think about it? No,
I don't. I think it's apples and oranges. I think it's the level of inconvenience you're asking people. And yeah, moving and going to a place where there's no buildings and whatnot, then that is like, well,
expensive.
Yeah, that's like that's not realistic. But, you know, getting away and doing away with peanuts at a kid's ballpark.
A kid's ballpark.
Right.
Now, not a major league ballpark.
Yeah.
Because then you're talking about changing the whole dynamic of a infrastructure of vending. And I don't know, that's a big scale.
And that's a different question. I'd have to rethink that one. But at least for a ballpark where a kid can play and the kid can be active and go run around and things like that, and he should have that right to do it. To me, I mean, all right, are we going to be way out if we don't have peanuts at the ballpark in Palm Beach Gardens for kids to play?
You're absolutely not. Just get more of other things. Maybe replace it with 3 different types of nachos or a corn dog. Not just a hot dog, but a corn dog, too.
I also got to know, how bad is this kid's allergy? Does it get sniffles, or is he really going to get so sick?
I think if you can make an adjustment to make the kid feel included, it's a kind and loving thing to do. And yes, all of us can give up peanuts at a ballpark so that this one kid can be allowed to play.
Yeah, that would be my thought. Just, you know, knowing what I know from just reading the story, and that was the details that I got. It seems like, I don't know why. One text said, this is stupid. As a parent that has a child who had seizures, you realize at an early age, but sometimes won't be in his future like sports or contact sports. So you adapt. Why should the whole ballpark not be able to eat peanuts because of one kid? The parent needs to realize and move on and find other avenues for the child.
They do it in school, in Rocco's school right now. They are a completely peanut-free facility, which I support and have no problem with because one child has a peanut allergy. I think it's a beautiful thing for everybody else to give up this peanut
Yeah.
What do we care? We're giving up a peanut so that this kid can be included and be a part of things.
I think and I totally hear what you're saying. I totally hear, but people are going to worry. Okay, if it's not this one I get because it's a peanut. That's what people will say. But what if it's something else where my kid isn't comfortable, and then everything's got to change just because my kid's not comfortable?
Well, we take it on a case by case thing. I mean, the peanut allergy is medical. And that's it. It's black and white.
It's a 6-year-old kid that wants to play, and the reason why he can is just because of the peanuts.
I mean,
if I were a parent, somebody said, "Hey, could you not bring peanuts to the park or eat them here?" Because this kid has a peanut allergy and it's life-threatening
I'd be like,
to him.
sure, I get it.
But is it one thing that they can still sell them at the concession stand? Or the kid doesn't have to have.
No, they can't sell them.
Because then they would be in the dugout.
They can't
and
sell
They'd
them.
have to make it a peanut-free area.
Well, you just don't have peanuts in the dugout at all.
I don't think they can sell them at the games.
So
though.
if you
the kid can't because it gets in the air. It's even if they breathe it.
So if you sell them,
yeah, you can't even sell them by the kid.
Yeah. So there you go. There are some people saying, what do we do? The needs of the many outweigh the obviously snowflake comments, which I expected. Yes.
What about being loving and compassionate to this little 6-year-old?
That's what I thought too.
If I was with another town here locally with a peewee baseball, I would say, you know what? Even though you don't live by us, we're going peanut free for you, and bring that kid into their club and get the positive publicity for being good.
Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. A lot of people fired up about it. You can send us your emails, mail at
What?
kvjshow.com. Happy to hear what you got to say about it. Jaybird, if you would, wrap it up with some positivity here today.
stop acting as if life is a rehearsal. Live this day as if it was your last. The past is over and gone. The future is not guaranteed.
Oh, okay.
True.
Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.